Everybody, we're live. Tim?
Yellow? I'm just waiting
Okay.
for it to load. All right, we're live. Good. How you doing, guys? We're back from our Christmas vacation, and we came back to talk about Shanny ForChrist and Rev.
Shannon. Her name is.
Shannon.
I think her real
Shanny.
name is Shannon. But yeah, we're going to call her
Shanny.
Shanny for
Whatever.
for
But
now.
for whoever recommended me looking into this person in chat,
You should have came to me, honestly, because I know
oh
everything
God.
about her. Like, anybody who was in the pandemic that was looking for a train wreck to watch on YouTube, everybody was watching her.
I think the first I've heard of this person wasn't from you, but someone from chat, and I think someone in chat was like, "Have you ever heard of Shanny ForChrist?" And I was like, "No, I don't know." And then someone in the panel told me and says, "Please don't look into it; it's horrible," something to those words. And then I looked into it, and then you said, "Let's do a show about it," because you
Yeah.
watched the whole thing, and here we are, and we're going to watch literally the most. I mean, I thought Dolly and Betty were bad.
Hey,
Oh,
Grandma. Merry Christmas, everybody.
IBC.
Hey,
Merry
BC.
Christmas. No, no.
No, I mean, you can't even put them in the same category. It's like Shanny and Rev are their own. They have like their own orbit. Do
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
So I guess you should give them a background a little bit, Tony.
Well, before I go on with the background and we talk about this and look through clips and stuff and react to them, there's two things I want to say. First thing I want to say is that yes, Shanny does have children. Apparently, she has 7 children. I'm trying to fact check that because I thought it was only 4, but either way, she has a bunch of boys. And these boys were all taken away because of an incident that happened, which we'll get into. But I want people to know that the kids are safe. They're in the foster care system. As far as I know, that they are together and they're thriving in a better environment than their own mother could give them. So that's the first thing. So when we watch all this, you're going to feel bad for the kids. Obviously, we are. But just know in the back of your head, they're away from her and they're away from this man, Rev. Another thing I wanted to say, because YouTube legalities and all this stuff, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything we're watching is fair use. It was all public. That is one thing that these YouTubers and streamers forget, is that when you make a video public, therefore it falls under the fair use for reaction, news, education, blah 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 blah. But we do not condone bullying. Please do not harass these people. Please do not bully these people. We're giving our honest opinions, and again, this is for entertainment value.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, don't give these people money because you're not helping. That's another thing I would say. But I guess you can go into the background of who these people are.
So, Shanny ForChrist came up in the scene. I think it got very popular. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Shannon. Got very popular during the pandemic for the whole eviction kabobble thing that happened. Let me find the video real quick. But there was beforehand, she was with a man. I think his name was Kevin. There's so many names in this. And she was with him, and they got divorced. I don't know if they were legally married, to tell you the truth, but they got divorced. And that's kind of when everything started. This was years ago, mind you. This was before she even knew who Rev was. So we're going back a ways. So apparently there was this whole thing. She does this pity party saying that he abused her, that, he left with everything. He was awful and all this other stuff. Her mom even jumped on the bandwagon, if you can believe that, supporting the lies. Even though her mother later on made a YouTube video going, no, this didn't happen.
Yeah, but also I think you want to like highlight how this woman got famous. So this woman got famous basically.
Do you want
in
me
the,
to do it or you to do it?
I'll say this part, and you can jump back in with that, with the whole relationship pity party thing. But basically, my understanding is she became famous because in the early days of the whole atheist versus the Christian thing, she jumps on and she makes up like outlandish things like the moon's not real, and she became more of a joke for these kind of debates where Christians and atheists, and she basically just went on these shows debating. And then it slowly went to what Tony was talking about. So you can continue now, Tony. I just wanted to highlight that point.
I'm looking up some things. So basically, all those videos were coming out and stuff like that. And the mother and the ex-husband also made videos. Now, mind you, I'm trying to get the clip. Now, we're using all clips from other clip channels. So please, give credit when credit is due. And we found this video. I'm trying to put it in the...
You really like the 2.0 so far. That is my favorite. Why are you called 2.0, no, by the way, Nicole? That's some deep lore we're going to get into. We don't know why Nicole is called 2.0.
No idea. This YouTuber is called Sealy McFly. And so I put the link in there if you guys want to watch the whole video. But definitely important to watch the whole video. We're just going to be skipping around,
Yeah, and
is there any video or anything that you want to show before I do this?
No, I think we're going to go with you on this one. You have a lot more deeper understanding of this person. I watched I think 4 hours of this person, and I'm kind of scarred for life, especially when she basically at one point talks about one day where she on 420 smoked so much weed that she pooped herself. That kind of scarred me, and definitely has confirmed my belief about the devil lettuce thing, the devil cabbage. So
I mean, this woman is definitely the embodiment of gluttony and sloth.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely that. But this is the video that her ex-husband, making sure I have it right. Is it sharing?
Yes, it is.
It is sharing? Okay, good. And we're going to press play. And mind you, the whole thing happened is because he cheated on her with her best friend. I mean, that's not going to feel good. You know what I mean? I get it. But the dramatics of it was she tried to unalive herself in front of her kids. And that's kind of like,
Hi, Queen, by the way.
Hey, Queen. And that's kind of like, why would you do that? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to make unaliving a joke or anything like that. It's horrible, but she kind of plays it off as a joke. It's her way of getting her way.
Yeah, she's very manipulative. She uses a lot of pity to get money from people and also manipulate people and become the perpetual self-victim. So I guess we'll play it and just see what his story is about the whole attempted unaliving herself situation.
Yeah. Okay, pressing. Let me see. Hold on, making sure I got all of it. Again, this video is from Sealy McFly. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So I put the link in the chat. Y'all go give her credit.
Poor Shanny is the victim.
And they tell her to go clean everything up, that she was a lousy mother and a lousy wife.
Yeah, I was only allowed to sleep 4 hours, 3 hours a day, because if I wasn't, I was lazy mother.
You said in one of your videos, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said that he was hitting you, right?
Yes.
He was abusive, right?
Yes.
After this dream, Shanny begins to try to G-Man and make him her new victim.
My boyfriend G-Man, and I'm sorry, G.
Do you want to explain G-Man real quick?
Yeah, G-Man is a Christian debate type of person who at one point was defending the concept that slavery wasn't immoral, and also seems to get into these weird debates.
He's also a person of color, by the way.
Yeah. It talks about how it's not immoral. Gets into these weird debates. He's just one of those like weird characters. He also likes doxing people. He gets your phone number and name. He'll just tell it in a live stream and just tell and then delete it. So he's a doxer as well. He, hangs out with Black Israelites a lot. I mean, like, it's some crazy shit this guy's into, but definitely like one of those weird angles in like the old time Christian debate circles. But I point that out to say he is no innocent victim in all this. He's very manipulative himself, and
they bounce off of each other. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why. And at one point, she does try to go to G-Man, but eventually she doesn't because a new Rev came into play, and we'll get into. But Rev had like an inheritance that got him 700,000. And she eventually went with Rev instead of G-Man, and now they're in this perpetual fucking fight forever. G-Man,
they don't love each other. They just don't. We know why they were together,
and it's pretty nuts. So yeah, when you listen to G-Man, just remember he believes that slavery is not immoral because it was in the Bible or something like that. I don't know, some weird shit.
It's really weird for a person of color to say that, but he's probably not the only person of color to think that too. I mean, everybody can be crazy. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I would probably say to him that that's pretty crazy for him to say that because you're literally removing free will, which is something, if you're a Christian, you believe that every human has free will, and you're basically robbing a human being's free will from them. And if you go with the non-religious argument, you can just say that all animals that have a higher thinking capacity can experience imprisonment and slavery, and it drives them crazy. If you look in many zoos, you see animals who are very intelligent creatures kind of like go crazy and become highly aggressive. So slavery is immoral because it destroys the mind of people. It's also immoral for religions because you're destroying, like you're taking away their free will, which God gave them. So the guy is just full of shit. So that's pretty much it, but that's just my opinion. Well, that's not my opinion. That's a fact, actually. So a fact. But anyway, you go.
Okay.
Man, for that clickbait, but I got something to say.
This can be corroborated by her own mother in a later video that her mother made to talk about how Shanny is actually the abuser. Now, remember how Shanny and her mother claimed her ex Chris was some...
I will say trigger warning for this real quick. There is a lot of... it's really much censored, though, thanks to YouTube people wanting to get the word out about Shanny. It is censored to a degree, but there's a lot of verbal abuse. And Shanny's very physically abusive. Yes. We're actually going to watch her arrest. But let's get through this. But I just wanted to give a warning.
Hopefully you're going to hear a lot of oinks in certain clips, especially during the N-word arc, where she believed it was a good idea to continuously say the N-word on a stream to prove that she wasn't a racist. That was very interesting to watch.
So basically the mentality that we're dealing with. But, okay.
Awful husband. We finally get what we were all waiting for on April 18th, 2018. And by all waiting for, I mean nobody really cared except for 5 people in Shanny's weird little community. Shanny's ex-husband made a video response to Shanny and her mother claiming he abused her. In the video, he talks about what Shanny told the truth on. This was that he did cheat on her, that she had other ex-husbands, that he helped her get custody of her kids, but these kids were not his kids.
Like for the last 6 years of my life, those boys, I gave up everything for those boys to make sure they...
This is not Rev. This is her first ex-husband, or the ex-husband that was around during the launch of her, reputation. I wouldn't even say career. It's just a reputation.
So someone very lucky, extremely lucky. That
he's lucky he got the fuck away. Yeah, like.
Happy holidays, Jasmine.
Happy holidays, Jasmina.
I mean, like, holy shit. I mean, we're gonna hear the star, but let's continue.
They can come home to Shanny and me. After when Shannon lost custody. Honestly, if I wasn't involved in the picture at all, I really don't think she'd get her kids back. I'm not trying to be like spiteful or mean.
I'm so happy Shanny has custody of her kids. She's such a lovely...
Again, mind you...
Spoiler alert. She doesn't anymore.
She doesn't anymore. Thank the gods.
Parent. We also found out that Shanny went to jail at some point around this time.
So I was at work and I get a phone call from my brother. Well, yeah, he's calling my cell phone, blowing my cell phone, but my phone is in my locker because I don't keep my phone on me. They call me to the front desk. I talk to my brother. Shannon's going to jail. Why is Shannon going to jail? He's like, you need to come home. Shannon's going to jail. They want you to take care of the boys. So apparently they had an altercation with, he had a dog, Waldo, and he was barking at a skunk, squirrel, rabbit, random kid walking by, whatever dogs bark at. And she was starting losing her temper. She's not she's pretty cranky when she doesn't get her sleep. So she was, and then Jake said something. So they started got in a heated argument. She decided she was done. She wanted to kick him up before because we got in a fight. He got in the middle of it. She didn't like the fact that he got in the middle of one of our fights. So anyway, I wasn't there. She grabbed him by the shoulders.
A very aggressive
and
woman.
Shoved him out our screen door.
Mind you, when you think about this and you're thinking, oh, Shanny's a woman, don't think delicate flower petunia, okay? Shanny is, I don't know how tall she is, but I think she has said that she's almost 600 pounds right now. So she's a fierce woman, and not in that fierce, compliment way. And
More like if she like falls on you, you're dead.
More, yeah, like if she's like a battering ram. And I'm not here, just to be clear, we're not going to make fun of anybody's weight here. But it might come out because I don't think this woman deserves like
I like how you're like, we're not going to make fun of her weight, but
I don't normally do. No, like all honestly, I don't do that. I'm a big guy myself, but if I had kids, I wouldn't be doing what this woman is doing. Those kids are going to need a lot of help, and I really hope that the system succeeds in getting them help. Like, y'all will see. If y'all already know, then you're going to agree with me. But if y'all don't know, at the end of this, you're going to agree with me. But let's watch this heifer.
Out our porch and then tried to shove him between the fence and the railing of our porch. There were witnesses to this.
Oh, and that she also abused her ex-husband in the past.
So she gets mad at me. She's already freaking hit me in the past.
If you're sitting here wondering if Shanny actually assaulted someone, I do not doubt it, considering there is a police record of similar actions in the future. But we'll get into that. We also get some more information from this video. But I'm going to be honest, I sort of take her ex-husband's word with a grain of salt.
And I
mostly
agree.
Because this is a man so delusional that he's stuck in.
See, that's the thing. All the characters in this take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah, they're all terrible people. They're all terrible.
They're all fucking horrible people. And yeah, Jasmina, I'm a big guy myself. But I think if you put children in danger and you abuse them mentally and physically, and you do this on a live stream and ignore their cries for help, then you're a horrible human being, and I'm going to make fun of everything about you. Did you have an uncle that died 4 years ago? He's on the table. Like, don't hurt kids.
No, Tony's savage today. He's being too savage.
Well, you can't hurt kids. You can't hurt kids,
But yeah, I mean, like, this woman, like, also a common theme is that she's her own worst enemy. I mean, like, how many people are able to get a spouse that got $700,000, got some kind of notoriety in YouTube and could have turned it around, maybe educated herself.
Well,
and she just completely
Are you talking about Rev?
I'm talking about like her, Shanny and Rev together. And it's like this woman seems to be like, she's just a complete train wreck. She doesn't even clean her house. She doesn't take care of herself. She's just she keeps on complaining about back problems. I'm like, well, you are 600 pounds. That could alleviate the back problems.
And she says that she has MS. That's what she told the police officers as well. And that's the thing. Like, she has like a laundry list of excuses. Like, when we're going to see the video.
Yeah.
But when the cops, try to arrest her, she's like, don't put the handcuffs on me. I have MS. I'm like, they don't care.
Yeah. Good luck.
They don't fucking care. But okay, here we go.
And that information is that, remember that suicide attempt I mentioned earlier where Shanny couldn't break her skin? Shanny had tried to commit suicide in front of her kids.
So then she was in jail. I cheated. She lost her mind. She killed herself in front of her boys, I may add. I mean, I shouldn't say shit like that, but matter of fact, it was they saw the whole thing. And so, I've been silent.
I'm going to go over it a little later, but Shanny's mother also came out, and despite backing Shanny earlier, admitted that Shanny is a liar and that the only reason she said that Chris did the things that she said that he did in that G-Man stream was because she was trying to decide with her own daughter.
Yes,
We hear again from
volcano.
Chris, aka
I don't think there's a volcano big enough.
the ex-husband of Shanny, about her spreading lies at another point. This is May 3rd, 2019. We learned some more about Shanny's parenting in this video.
When she was talking about the time she tried to kill herself or she found that I cheated or whatever, and how she tried so hard to cut herself, but nothing would cut her skin. You know why? It wasn't because she had magic, tough, scaled skin that did it. It was the fact that I spent 2.5 hours fighting everything she had to keep her from hurting herself in front of her children. Her children were present, and they were coming outside to see what was going on several times. And I told them, hey, boys, go outside. This is okay. Well, mommy's okay. Well, I'm working on it.
So Shanny does not only blame her exes of abuse, she also makes wild, crazy accusations about her own parents. A fine example of that came in June 2019. Shannon did a stream called Why Have Borderline. She no joke starts the video with some British dame talking about mothers with narcissism.
I'm going to talk about the effect of a narcissistic mother on particularly daughters as they grow up, the dynamics of the family revolving around a narcissistic mother and the effect that it has on all the different siblings. And I'll talk about how to heal from a narcissistic mother.
In the chat during the stream of this video, Shanny tells people this woman is describing her life. After this, she starts telling everyone about how awful her mother was.
But my life, that video was so relatable, especially the controlling of the food. And I was never encouraged in my life. Everything had to be what.
So basically, she's going off and blaming her mother, who, mind you, at this point, right after her and her ex-husband had this big, this escalated fight and stuff like that. She moved in with her kids to her mother's. And she's still online during this time talking shit about her mother, saying that her mother's a narcissist, bullied her, they got into fights. Mind you, her mother's extending, I don't know, the mother is even a fishy character too. Some apples don't fall far from the tree. You know what I mean? So maybe there's something there, but it's kind of well, don't blame your mother for your food intake. You're an adult now. You're self-aware there was issues in the home about food and you eating. It's kind of now that you're self-aware about it and you're admitting it to the world, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, this woman seems to just blame everyone but herself. She's just her worst enemy. She's absolutely
Thank you, Grandma. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, she's absolutely the worst therapy. And if some beach, I'm definitely going to send you the psychologist bill. I had to see things no human being should see. I saw this woman try to encourage people to join her OnlyFans account. That was not something I wanted to see on YouTube. That was horrible. I had to see this woman talk about pooping herself. Yeah, that was horrible. But
not as horrible as the domestic violence.
I mean, the domestic violence is bad, but I'm just imagining this woman smoking weed and suddenly just farting and then just pooping herself and then crying on a live. It's quite crazy.
People know me. I smoke a lot of pot. I'm smoking it now. I don't give a shit. There's nothing in this world that's going to stop a pothead from going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be, I don't even know how high you'd have to be to smoke so much pot that you just poop yourself and you decide, oh, well, I'm not going to bother getting up to go to the toilet.
Yeah, no, see, it's so stupid. Not unless she smokes something that's laced, then I'm okay, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, then you got stupid. Okay, I get it. But usually if you shit yourself, you kind of sober up.
Yeah, and some beach, yes, she did have an OnlyFans. Originally, it was $30, and then for a low price, she lowered it down to $6. And I did not go to the OnlyFans. I will never go to OnlyFans. I despise that site. That site is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I would especially not. I mean, I don't know what's with people with OnlyFans, man. I've seen fucking Nick Cotto Avocado have an OnlyFans. I seen these people who play like children games get OnlyFans. I'm like, people, can you just keep your clothes on? What the fuck's wrong with you people? Like, come on.
I don't think OnlyFans was made for that, but they're definitely abusing the system. If you want some class, go to Patreon.
Yeah, man. Like, can you please keep your clothes on? Like, the internet's forever. No one wants to see your ass nude. I mean, like, it's like I heard horrible stories. I remember one person looked at Nikocato's Avocados OnlyFans, and the guy literally puked on the fucking live stream because.
Oh yeah, when they used to do those videos.
Oh god.
They used it's against the TOS now. You could lose your channel, but a lot of people were doing. I paid for so and so's OnlyFans / Patreon, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore because you could lose your channel, and nobody
Steph.
wants that. Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
But yeah, now let's hear from Mother. Now, Mother and Father recently, as far as I know, they have passed away in the last 2 years. So here is Mother.
Channel on November 29th, 2019, Shanny's mother actually came forward. In that video, we get to hear from the mother Shanny claimed was abusive, before and after she rehomed her and got her hair and makeup done. So after the mother claimed Shanny's ex was an awful man, she admits he was actually a good father.
I just want to say to Chris that, yeah, you screwed up some things, but you were a good father.
And that Shanny refused to work.
We got an SUV that her father used at that time. So, I mean, she had a way to work, but she wanted to lay in bed for months.
According to the mother, who I don't fully believe because she raised Shanny and gets into internet drama to literally 20 people that care about this, but I still believe her more than Shanny. And according to her, nobody abused Shannon.
But nobody's abused Shannon, okay? That is her MO. She uses that with everybody. She did it with Douglas. She's done it with you. She's done it with her sister, her brothers. Everybody in her life has always treated her this way, and this is why she's so crazy. I mean, it covers for her mental illness.
And according to her,
I think that's.
What'd you say, Tony? Tony? It looks like Tony has dropped out for a moment. I don't know. Maybe he just went mute for a second. Yeah.
It's one thing that we can.
Yeah, you just dropped out for a moment. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Can you speak up again, Tony?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So
I said, well, I think we can all agree. No, I don't know what happened. I will say I do live in Boston. The wind is horrible here. It's been bad, but no snow yet, so cheers on that. But the wind is horrible. We had 30 miles per hour wind. So if I do, stop it, I might come in and out, and I do apologize ahead of times.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing about StreamYards. If you get kicked out, it doesn't end the stream. So,
but did you guys see the mother statement about how Shannon uses her she basically how can I explain it? Shannon uses people and basically says she did this to her both her ex-husbands. She did it with her mother, her father, her brother, and her sister, basically saying that they abused her in some way.
Yeah.
To kind of build up her mental status, which is literally fragile. Do you get what I'm saying? If anything happens, why would he cheat on you? That's horrible shit. Well, he used to hit me too, which was a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Bass.
Hi, Bass.
So basically, that was the mother confirming it. So I don't know. Were you able to hear it?
Yeah, we were able to hear it. But when you made your first reply, you cut out in the beginning.
Okay.
So now that we're good.
Okay. All right. And let me see. Just making sure. Okay.
Mother, her son never smiled before she met Shannon's ex-husband, Chris.
before you came along, Zachary didn't smile much. I mean, he didn't respond to people, and those boys really loved you, Zachary especially.
Also, according to the mother, Shannon had been crazy since she was 16 because something unmentionable happened to her.
Since she was 16 years old, I don't want to say her entire life because she was a beautiful child. I mean, she really was a very beautiful child and happy girl. She used to sing and she dreamed of going to Paris, but something happened along the way. I know what happened. I think you know what happened, Chris, to her. And it was unfortunate that she went through what she went through when she was 16 years old, but it somehow changed her.
I do feel pity for Shannon in this section. I can take.
Yeah, see, there's damage there. Something did happen. I don't know what happened, and I don't think Celie knows either, but we do have a sense of what could have happened. Something happened which triggered this whole entire thing. But
I mean, it kind of fits with her personality now, being highly manipulative. Sometimes that could be a negative thing when it comes to abuse or of allegation. I'm assuming it's some sort of abuse or something that happened at 16. And it's very weird. This is probably a little bit of the mother's fault because I don't know how the mother knows about this and hasn't gotten her psychological help or anything. Maybe if she did, maybe she wouldn't be in such a state right now. But
yeah, we'll never know. But it seems like I feel like the mother would have. I feel like the mother would have done something, but really it's up to Shanny to do it. I just believe that if you're self-aware of issues and you know what's going on, then you have kind of a one-up on everybody else who has issues and doesn't know what's going on, and you could take control of it, but you're going to have to love yourself a little bit more to do it. And sometimes you need help for that. Either if it's a friend that you confide in or a therapist, or sadly to say, medication as well. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does.
Mm-hmm.
But there's steps. She's a grown woman now. She could have changed years ago if she wanted to.
And Ariel Madison says, "Oh my God, I was literally just watching Shanny live on Twitch because I'm so bored. They are trash." Yeah, that was the saddest fucking Christmas Twitch I've ever seen. Hi, Ari. That was the saddest Twitch thing I've ever seen. They did a Christmas special. It's like I only fast forwarded it. And I immediately became depressed. It was the most depressing thing I've ever seen. Like it was like, holy shit. Like literally, like the guy looked completely drained of all his vitality and happiness. He looked like one of those, like, those ghosts from Harry Potter, like those things that are like
the
Dementors. It looked like a Dementor came to his face and sucked his soul out of him. That's what he looked like. Mm-hmm. She looked psychotic a little bit, how she was smiling and laughing and how she was taking control. It was definitely something I do not want to see again, because it actually made me depressed, where I was like, man, I need to let me watch Beard Meets Food channel to see this guy eat a bunch of food to bring up my mood, because I was depressed.
Did you see the pizza issue that happened just a couple weeks ago? There's this big conspiracy that Shanny doesn't feed Rev. And there's literal proof of it. Like, they only had enough money to buy one sub. Okay? The kids ate some of the sub. Like, it was one of those giant subs. The kid ate, all the kids had their share. They were fine. Rev had like 2 bites. And then Shanny took this sub that was literally like 6 inches. Like, it was like a sub. And ate it all in front of him and didn't give him any. And he's like, well, that was all our money. And she guilts him every time he eats. That's why he looks so sickly like that.
Like, I remember in the Christmas stream, he was like, if Santa will only give me orange juice. And I was like, oh my God. Are you serious?
Really, but it's not just food she does this with. Also, like, cigarettes, and maybe even, if she's doing this with food and cigarettes, then she's doing this with also drinks. And everything else. Like she's like when you watch some of the videos, you can see that Rev isn't really submissive. She broke him. She
Yeah,
fucking broke him.
yeah. I mean, like when you're begging for orange juice, you know it's bad.
Yeah.
You know things have gone downhill. If you're on the live stream, you're like, guys, my Christmas wish is can I have some orange juice? Like,
It's really it's sad, but I try not to feel too sad because I'm kind of like, you guys put those kids through hell. You're not getting a sadness from me.
I mean, like, I would recommend that man. Like, if I was to give him life advice, like if I sat him down in front of him, I'd be like, bro, you need to leave. You probably would be better off begging on the streets at this point because you might be able to get like at least you'll get orange juice with the begging on the streets. Because this is like worse than being homeless because you're literally she's starving you to death, and she forces you to beg online, and she's like beating you up once in a while, and she just like stole. She stole all your money.
Yeah,
you had $700,000 and it's gone.
What would you guys do with $700,000? Almost $1 million.
Well, you know what I would do.
Well, I know what you would do because you're fancy and you want to put it in like stocks and shit. But what would you guys do realistically?
I mean,
if you break it down to the mentality that somebody who isn't savvy with stocks or crypto or any of that.
Well, I would probably. I mean, like me, I would buy a house because I wouldn't like risk 700,000. I'd probably buy rental properties. I would probably buy like 2 rental properties, do some renovations, and then probably just get renters and maybe get a management company to manage them. The rental properties.
Oh, they're not that smart.
That's what I would probably do. And then I would just collect. I mean, obviously you wouldn't make money right away because the management company would take their percentage and you would just be covering the, mortgage. Because most likely you would rather, if the interest rates are really low, I would get a mortgage. If the interest rates are really high, I'd probably pay and use it as a negotiation tactic to lower the asking price. And then I would just make sure I would put renters in there that were credit score of 700. And then or something like in the 700, I'd definitely check the credit score. And I would see the neighborhood. I'd probably buy into Florida or something, some retirement community. But I would make it like something that a working class person can afford. I would just chill and I would just, watch the property on it. It would be like a 20-year plan type of deal. That would be my thing. They obviously didn't do that. And I'm reading the comments. It says G-Man offered to give Rev his house back.
I saw that.
Wait, what? What do you mean give his house back?
I don't know the details of the house situation. I'm still trying to catch up for what's going on today. But yeah, that was like a week ago or something, wasn't it?
So he gave him a house this
less than a week ago. This is recent. Where are they? Ari, you would know more than me, obviously, because there's no way I can waste.
Why don't you give her a link if she wants to jump up?
Would you like? Rev sold his house to G-Man for $1 because they got evicted or something. Was that the eviction where the house was all messed up, or was that the townhouse one?
Yeah. Ari, if you want to jump up, we could just toss you the StreamYard thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have the link. You have the link, so you can.
Well,
they're living at Rev's uncle's house. See, I told you they're living at an uncle's house. Okay, I was just double checking. Now, another question, Ari, because I cannot.
You want to drop the link in the chat? I don't know if you.
That's
have
what
link.
I just told you. I gave you the link, and it's the same link I gave you for you to get in.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm saying, do you know we're in Discord, or do you want me to send it drop in the chat because there might not be an overlay? That's what I'm saying.
That's completely up to you.
Yeah.
There's not that many people here. There's only 6 people here.
All right. If I get a penis shown to me, it's your fault. You're gonna have to edit out the penis.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. But if your penis does show up, we're gonna make fun of it, and I better not be crooked because I have a lot of jokes for that. They're living at Rev's uncle's house. Does she have 7 kids? I thought she had 4, but the wiki says that she got 7.
Here you go. Here's the StreamYard link. You can just type it up. And Arya, if you show some sort of penis, that will be the last time you jump up. And we're going to probably end the stream, restart it if someone shows their penis on the stream.
I really don't think that Ari has a penis.
Well, there's a lot of trolls out there. I deal with them. Hi, guys.
Hey, Ange Cotter.
All right, let's see if they if you see anyone joining.
There we go. Hello.
Hi guys.
How you doing? What's
Hi.
up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, somehow I fell down the rabbit hole of Rev and Shanny, and
Mm.
I've been watching this girl, and her name on YouTube is just Carrie, like her first name, and she streams them every time they're live, so she knows way more than I do. So if you want any kind of information, she might have it. But
Yeah, I think I
yeah,
watched them.
I don't know which house it was that they sold to G-Man or whatever, but I do know that yeah, they're back living with the uncle. And then there's this guy named I'm gonna butcher his name, but Dragnock that you might know of, and he got people to write letters to the uncle to try and like get him to kick them out again. And I don't know if he's going to or not, but it's kind of funny.
Oh my god. Well, they kind of deserve it. They don't have the kids
Yeah,
right
no, they
now.
do.
So I can say that. I mean, if they had the kids, obviously I'm going to be like, no, don't. But they don't have the kids right now. So
Yeah.
Correct.
Who are their fans? Because I can't imagine. Are they just trolls and they just want to see human misery and they just give money to prolong their human misery? Is that
Yep.
their fan base?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of it's trolls because they know that if they don't give the money, that she won't stay on the stream for very long. And also, they've been sending spicy food on purpose so that
Yeah.
hopefully only Rev will eat it. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I heard the whole jalapeno thing with the sandwich and like he just like I eat that, so like she doesn't want to pick out the jalapenos, so he eats the spicy food, and that's the only thing he's able to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even like the spicy food, but he pigs down on it because Shanny won't even, attempt it. Because she's like, I have heart problems and da-da-da. And I'm kind of like, I don't think she knows what is what with her body. There's like a laundry list of things that are wrong with her.
Yeah, supposedly she's dying from cancer, but she hasn't been to the doctor for it. So she's lying. She won't even get up and shower. So she's not going to the doctor.
Yeah,
think
she's
she's
600 pounds.
bedbound.
Yeah, I think when you're 600 pounds, you can get like folds, like some sort of dirt in your folds and stuff like that. So that's probably a problem.
Yeah,
And she
no.
probably can't even fit in the shower at this point.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you
God.
give me 1 second, guys?
Yeah,
No
take
problem.
your time. I think
Okay, I'm just going to mute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Rev, there was a video of Rev admitting that he wipes her ass. Because when she does the poo-poos.
Yeah. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, it's my channel. I co host with Tony Mondays and Thursdays now at I think 6:30 or 6:30 to 8:30 usually. So yeah, this is my channel. So what were you saying, Tony?
I was saying that whatchamacallit, Rev does take care of her, like wipes her bum.
I mean, like man, oh my god. How could you go from, you're young, you get your $700,000, you got, with just a little financial education, he could have easily become a multimillionaire. He could have like lived a fucking fabulous life, to the point where now you're broke, you're begging online, you can only eat hot jalapeno food, and you got to wipe your 600-pound girl. I don't even think they're married. Girlfriend's ass.
They're not legally married. They're not legally married at all. They've only been together for like 5 years.
I mean, that's like, honestly, if I had to choose between celibacy and that, I would 100% celibacy. I would become a eunuch. I would just simply not ever have sex again, because that seems existence worse than death, to be honest with you.
Wasn't their OnlyFans just them having coitus? That's what I heard.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's things. This is the thing. Shanny and Rev are part of the Foodie Beauty, Amberlynn Reed, and kind of Nick Avocado universe. They're part of that type of universe. And I think she does mukbangs too. Like Amberlynn Reed. Who Amberlynn Reed
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Amberlynn Reed is about like 500 pounds, and she does mukbangs too.
See, like, I don't understand. Like, these people, like, there's a way to eat a lot of. Like, I seen this guy called Beard Meats Food.
If Matt Stone can do it, then anybody can.
Yeah, like Beard Meats Food. He does like he usually goes to like restaurants and do food eating competitions. And this guy is like literally skinnier than me, and he eats like fucking tons of food. But he has a way of doing it. He's like, I don't eat for a couple of days. You know, if you're gonna eat like a ton of food, you probably should like take it more seriously. I'll see you later, boss.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. So yeah, I mean, I guess we can continue the video.
It's gonna get into the mother talking about the boys, and then we're gonna go on to, more of Rev coming into the picture type deal. But here we go.
Take a guess on what happened, and nobody deserves to go through that. It will leave lifelong scars on a person, but lifelong scars do not excuse someone of beating their significant other and mentally abusing their kids. Shannon, according to her mom, is lazy, irresponsible, and a leech. Oh, and she was also fired from her first job because of her YouTube videos.
She got fired from her first job for making videos on YouTube.
And does not take care of her children.
But she knows that she had to take care of her children. She doesn't do that. She expects everybody else to take care of them. That's her thing.
And at least when staying with her mother, did nothing but sleep in bed and get drunk.
She got fired from her first job. She laid up in the bed for months doing nothing but drinking alcohol and crying all the time, making everybody miserable. Mostly what she was crying about was because Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time.
Jason is Rev, by the way, just to let you guys know. Jason is Rev.
Yeah, we're not doxing anyone. It's just that everyone knows their goddamn names because they dox each other continuously like fucking children.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, we're going to be getting to the what the fuck part. Like, if you guys aren't, like, blown away yet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Not only that, but she smokes weed around her kids.
Drinking every night and smoking weed with her kids in the house, terrified that. And then she'd invite people over.
And used to smoke in the house before her sick parents told her she couldn't.
She was mad at me because she couldn't smoke in my house, knowing that I have a heart condition. She had to go outside to smoke.
That really bugs me.
Even though it was my home.
This really bugs me. I was raised, just to be clear, I was raised, my father smokes, okay? And I smoke as well. Everybody knows. There was a time back in 2008 when I moved back home with my parents for about 6 or 8 months. And the rule in the house was you pay rent, which I did. You follow the rules, which I did. And no smoking in the house. So me and my father would, smoke on the deck, or we would smoke, at the door or something. Like there was like specific spots. And that was, even though I was paying rent, it was still my family's home. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't smoke in the house if that's the rule. It's really easy to walk your ass outside to the stoop or to the porch or deck or whatever and smoke there. It's just that easy. So that really irks me. But I'm still like, even today, if something was to happen and I moved back home with my parents, the rule is no smoking in the house. It's that simple.
Yeah, this has just fortified my belief that to stay away from the deadbolt lettuce, we're all gonna just stop. We're all gonna make a promise in the chat to never smoke marijuana again, guys. Do we all agree?
You can fuck off with that.
Are you sure, Tony?
I am 100% sure. Fuck off with that. Who the fuck? No, don't talk to me that way. That's abuse.
Listen, we gotta give up. I mean, look what happens to this woman. She pooped her pants. Oh, she's backstage again. She dropped out because she had to switch out, Tony.
Oh, okay. Okay. But it's gonna get close to the kids real quick. So
even Sherry's rebelling against me now that she doesn't want to give up the devil's weed. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's
like
terrible.
No. You can stick with your tofu. Give us the pot.
Yeah, so I guess she's in the backstage right now.
Okay, hold on real quick. There we go. And welcome back, Ari.
Welcome back, Ari. Before you start, did you give up on the devil's weed?
I don't smoke it personally, so I don't really care either way, but I'm not against it.
I'm just joking. I'm just messing around. That's just a recurring joke I have.
You saying stupid shit like that, B.
I know. I mean, I
We're
gotta
gonna
say,
get our channel taken.
I know. We're gonna get every pothead's gonna like report the channel. Be like, you motherfuckers, gone.
Right. But real quick, we're gonna get to the kids part real quick, and then we're gonna get into the whole Rev thing. I think it's what we know the most because that's been everywhere. So this is how she basically raised her kids, and it's going to reflect later on in the video. So real quick,
Oh, and get this. So I can see why Shannon and Chantel get along. Apparently, while staying with her parents, she brought a homeless man into the home with her kids.
This one homeless guy.
Who does that?
What?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
she'd invite him over, and all he was actually a meth addict. I know that you didn't do meth, Chris. I'm positive about that. That's not your thing.
If you know any of the lore about Foodie Beauty, homeless dick is something these two women are a fan of. Also, another disturbing thing that we find out from the mother. Her son peed all over their bedroom.
Oh my God, talk about a mess. The bedroom, up in the boys' room, you'd get halfway up the steps and you could smell the urine coming out of there. For some reason, they thought it was okay to piss on the floor.
That is not normal child behavior.
That isn't normal child behavior.
No shit. But yeah, I mean, like, why is this woman on a live stream talking about this too? Like, this is some crazy shit to talk about your kid.
Well, yeah, but I think because Shannon was on a live stream and making videos about how horrible her mother was, that the mother felt compelled to make a video for reputation's sake, and she did. Yeah.
Who is she worried about her reputation? Like, who would believe this woman?
No idea. I think it was more of a response to her ex-husband that made that video that we watched, the guy with the hood.
Yeah, but I mean, that guy seemed to be like saying, hey, I did try to stop her from committing suicide from in front of her kids. And, this woman's a manipulative, evil woman who, fucks with people. And yes, I did sleep with, her best friend, which, by the way, I mean, it's a fucked up thing to do. But,
it's really minuscule compared to everything that, yeah.
And then she started crying, I think, like, where's my Adam and where's my David? Was that because of that situation?
Yeah, that was during the limbo. I think Ari could correct me, but that was during the limbo before she got with Rev.
I was like wondering if she was talking about the biblical Adam and David.
Yeah, she was.
That's a weird
because
combination.
she's Eve. Where's her Adam? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but didn't David have like a bunch of like wives?
But he was a good husband.
Like, how many wives did David have?
I don't know, but that's what she meant. Thank you, Grandma.
Yeah, I think her reference was kind of like Adam's too good and she likes bad guys type thing. Who knows? She's crazy. She's honestly nuts.
And it's okay to be insane.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay to be crazy, but don't bring kids in the mix.
Yeah, he had 8 wives. He had 8 wives, so obviously he cheated on his wives with his other wives.
You're trying to find sense into Shanny.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, if you're supposed to be like, you tune into her channel for Christ, you're like maybe you're thinking like this woman's going to read the Bible and to have discussions in the Bible, and then she's like literally like committing almost every single deadly sin there is, and she doesn't even know about the Bible. She doesn't even know about David having 8 wives that you can easily Google, and like, I don't know, it just seems to me like this woman just like found an in like in the biblical sense. She doesn't really understand the Bible or read it. She just,
it's a gimmick to her.
Yeah, I don't think she's like a real Christian. I mean, like, I'm like 99% sure she's not a real Christian at all.
No. Do they still preach like they used to? Like, Ari, do they still? I could not watch that whole 24. Like, I watched she did another 24-hour live like 2 weeks ago too, and I just skimmed through this one.
They preach a little bit, like here and there. It just depends. But they are doing another live right now. Well, I don't know if they're live right this second, but I was just watching them on Twitch.
I'm gonna have
But
to
yeah,
get my
they're
Twitch
crazy.
going because they don't go on YouTube anymore. Well, Rev does, but it's normally for begging.
Yeah, her page got terminated. She got banned from YouTube.
Yeah, why is Twitch allowing her on when she's like clearly just like fucking e-begging and kind of like
I have no
weirdness?
Well, there's nothing against TOS for begging.
There
That's
should
the
be.
thing. There should be.
be.
Definitely there should be some,
All right, see you around, Sherry. Yeah, they should
Bye,
be.
Grandma.
I'm sure
You be safe. Sorry, say that again.
I don't know which one. I'm sure she is breaking a lot of rules. I just don't know which ones. I'm not familiar with their terms of service.
Yeah, I'm not too savvy with it either, but she could be. I mean, the Christmas live stream, I saw her whole bare ass.
Ugh.
Yeah, she went to go bend over or something, and I was just like, whew.
Heard about that. Yeah, I didn't catch that part, but I heard someone say that. They're like, I'm gonna report your stream for showing nudity, and she's like, I have shorts on under this, and like the shorts were so small. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Awful.
it was. Yeah, and people are saying that she's like almost 600 pounds too. I don't know how much she weighs, but she is a big woman.
Yeah, she
And-
looks to be over 4, at least 5, I would say.
Yeah, so she's. She should not be doing
But she'll
mukbangs.
tell you she's losing weight. She's losing so much weight right now.
How much does she weigh now?
Like over 500, I'd say. At least.
How is she losing so much weight if she's over 500 pounds?
Not she's lying. She lies about everything. She claims she's dying of cancer, but like I said, she hasn't even been to the doctor for it.
Okay, so what's the next video? Yeah, holy shit, this woman's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. The woman's crazy. So
Oh,
basically,
is this the arrest one?
We're not going to go through the whole entire arrest. We're only going to skim through it because it's only 45 minutes.
Yeah,
but
I
will
mean-
put it in the stream for everybody.
Yeah,
But
so is this the one where he gets whipped by some sort of fetish whip by her?
Yes, by a frog. Yeah, I don't think it was a frog. Was it a frog? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was. Well, this is the thing. She calls the police department to get Rev arrested, and this is not too long ago, is it?
No.
Incident with the boys or with the whip? Because I'm not familiar with the whip one.
The whip one. So basically what happened was there was domestic violence. I don't know which place they're at here, but you'll see the interior. Maybe that will help a little bit. But there was a domestic violence thing. Apparently Rev was drinking. There was a movie involved. She called the cops on him, and come to find out he was the one that's all like red and sore and has like marks all over him because she took a fetish whip, like a riding the riding whips. What are they called?
Yeah, I had to now that's just horrible, to be honest. I could just imagine the sex games they're having with their fetish whips. She's probably dressed up in some sort of leather fucking outfit. She's got a whip in one hand. This guy's tied up. Maybe.
Well, we're not going to kink shame anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like just imagine that scenario in your mind. Why they would have this fucking whip, and now that she takes it out and she uses it as a weapon to beat her husband with.
She claimed it was self-defense, though. But
I mean, whenever I'm self-defending, I pull up a fucking fetish whip to defend myself against the people attacking me. I mean, of course. It's like
the whole situation's fucked up. But the funny part is she calls the cops, and he gets her. They're in Colorado here, so I don't know how long ago that was. I think they're in Pennsylvania now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because Colorado law says if they come to a domestic violence, to a house that there's domestic violence and proven domestic violence, which it was with Rev because he had the marks on him, that even if your spouse or your partner does not press charges, the state of Colorado still presses charges. That's what they do with domestic. And I think that's really cool. All states should do that because there's a lot of women and men out there that don't press charges. So the state should, you know what I mean?
I agree.
It just sounds so much better. Do you know how many women are scared to press charges or intimidated? So the state should take control.
Yeah, obviously. The state
took her away, and this is we're going to play a little bit of it, and this is the whole entire one. I posted it in the chat as well, so you guys have a link to it for you guys to watch it on your own time. So she's with Rev right now. So the mother is gone. She's not living with the mother. She met Rev, who Revelation News is his YouTube. He's still on YouTube, but he barely goes on it, probably because she doesn't allow him to. And he does the same thing as her when it comes to like the fundamentalist Christians and stuff like that. And they got together, and I think she only went out with him because he had the money. He had $700,000, and they blew through that money, and now they're just jumping everywhere. And we're going to go through all the failed videos of them and throwing you as much information as we know. And Ari, speak up anything, like if you see something and we don't know what's going on, let us know, okay?
The only thing I do remember, but I did hear about this is what triggered it basically is I forgot which movie he was watching, but it had a
the
rape
Pikachu
scene,
one,
R-word scene in it, and she got triggered because of her past allegedly, and she got upset. She didn't like him watching it because it had that scene in it.
Okay, then this is not the so there's a lot of domestic disputes though.
This isn't
in the this isn't the Pikachu one.
Yeah, no,
they went to go see the Pikachu movie.
No, this might have been the one where they went to the children's. I thought this was the one where they went to the children's movie, and he didn't like it so much. He tried to grab his hand in the movie theater, and then he walked out.
I could be mixed.
But that's the thing. There's so many. Do you get what I'm saying?
For what was the $700K used for? It was used for PlayStations and TVs and clothes,
makeup,
and
food. They did give a lot of other streamers money.
Yeah,
too.
I mean that's why the other streamers liked them, because they gave money to them, and then as the money dried out, they probably started skedaddling away from them at that particular point. Which often happens when you give money to people. They'll basically be friendly with you, but as soon as you're broke and you stop giving money to them, those people who claim to be your friends will dry up eventually in those scenarios.
Yeah. But that's so insane. They went through that $700K in a matter of 3 years?
Yeah.
Give or take.
I mean, like if they just put it into like just how I did it with rental properties, they probably could have been set for life, to be honest. But they could have just sat on their asses and played video games and smoked marijuana all day long and just basically collect rent.
Well, that's the reason why they wanted to move to Colorado. No, sorry, go ahead, Ari.
That's okay. You know what kind of vibes I get from them? The Turpin family. You guys know that?
I think I know who you're talking about. That's not Daddy 05.
Like tied up and they starved them. It was, and they were religious.
Yes, the ones, and they would take them to Disney World and get remarried and stuff, and they would all dress the same, have the same like weird haircuts.
Yeah,
the boys. I know who you're talking about. They got out though. Thank God they got out. But they're always gonna look like they're 12 years old because they were so stunted. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's horrible.
Shanny's kids are probably gonna feel the same, honestly.
Probably. But thank God that they got away. Until I think there's hope. At least there's damage, but
think of it this way. Shanny's kids have already been gone for 6 months, okay? And she doesn't seem like she's getting them back anytime soon. So after a certain amount of time, they will get adopted out. So that's my hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope they stay together though as well. Like, that would be nice. Because, they're, kids. You know what I mean? And, and we are going to play the video of the whole Shanny and why the kids got taken away and Rev getting arrested.
Yeah, we'll just play it.
Okay. I'll play it.
All right, I'll mute.
Thank you. This is there's no volume here, but this is them questioning Rev showing all the marks on him. Mind you, his name is Jason, but we're just gonna say Rev, because that's what everybody knows him as. Let me see if I can get it to where this is them arresting her. And this is them arresting her because
get some shoes. Do you need some shoes?
I don't know where any of my shit is. Can I just leave barefooted?
Yes, you may. Do you have anything else on you?
No, I don't. Can I talk to him real quick?
Turn around. I need to pat you down real quick.
I have nothing. I don't even have
Nobody should put their hands on anybody.
This is ridiculous. I get put in jail and he hits me.
Alright, come on.
I get put in jail and he hits me.
And the kids were here during this time.
Can I talk to him, please, real quick, about the boys?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
Real quick. Say what you gotta say.
This person charges on me for me hitting you.
So you're gonna be responsible for the boys tonight, okay?
I didn't want to press charges.
Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
I didn't want to press charges.
We know that, but for domestic violence, you know, our hands are kind of tied. Even if you didn't want to press charges. Okay.
Can we like do something about this?
No, come on.
Is it her starting to panic now?
Can you take care of my baby? Take care of my baby, Jason. Help me then.
I just find it ironic that this woman
Bye,
would have been
Jason.
happy to
This
throw
is
him in
called
jail.
MK Ultra, by the way.
MK Ultra. That's what. Did you hear that?
Oh, what MK Ultra?
Here, listen.
Bye, Jason. This is called MK Ultra, by the way. Time for reprogram.
Time for reprogramming. MK Ultra. Time for reprogramming.
So she thinks she's going in to be reprogrammed by the CIA to be an assassin.
The fuck, like,
Like,
that's
you know,
like the same concept of the CIA coming to be and going, Tony, you're gonna be an assassin. We're gonna train you, and I'm just gonna look at them and look at myself and be like, y'all stupid.
I mean, like, no one will ever suspect you as being the assassin. To be honest with you, it will definitely put like most of the these dictators are expecting like these fit CIA guys. But if you come in with like a 600-pound lady coming in, like this lady here, and you're like, she just does backflips and like throws like ninja stars, you definitely wouldn't expect that. So maybe she has a point. Maybe she's like being trained by MK Ultra.
Oh, don't support her because she watches every video about her. Even if they're a low-hanging channel, they watch every video about them.
Well,
because it gives them content as well. Because they react.
Well, listen. Thank you for watching, Shanny ForChrist. I will give you advice, please. If you have back problems, you should attempt to lose the weight. That will help with your back problems. Stop doing all the drugs that you're doing, and get a job. Get a real job. And let your husband or boyfriend have food. Let him eat. That will help with your weight loss if you actually give him food. So that will be my advice to you. And I would say, like, stop being the perpetual victim, and stop pretending that everyone is out to get you. And that's what you should do. Why are we watching this? Because Tony and someone requested, and we are watching this because of that reason in the bushes.
Ari, I have a question for you. I know that they smoke pot, and I know that they're very big pot enthusiasts, but do they partake in meth?
I'm not 100% positive. I have heard that somebody supposedly saw a video where there was like some foil in the background, and
that could be anything. Yeah.
Right. I haven't seen that myself. I actually wonder if they're on opiates, only because it seems like they're withdrawing a lot, allegedly, in my opinion. Like Shanny just today was yawning every like 30 seconds. And I'm a recovering addict, so I know what that looks like. I know that when you're withdrawal, you yawn, you sniffle. Yeah. So that's my opinion, but I'm not sure.
In brief summary, since you might have missed some of this woman is called Shanny ForChrist. She got famous because she went on a show years ago with the Amazing Atheist, claiming that the moon wasn't real, and basically got famous because that went into the whole atheist versus Christian debates and looked like a complete fool in all of those debates. And mostly, she was invited to be the clown for the atheist movement. Then basically, she got little E famous. Starts e-begging. Her first husband cheated on her. She goes on the G-Man, who is a prolific Christian crazy person who believes that slavery is not immoral, and he also hangs out with Black Israelites and does other crazy things like that. And she tried to get with him, but then she saw this Rev guy who is in the house right now. And basically, only reason why she got with him was because he had $700,000, and we were watching her being arrested because she called the police while she beat her husband with a 9-tail or whatever the fuck, the sex whip or whatever. And basically, it kind of did a reverse Uno on her, whereby because the state doesn't need the person to press charges. They saw that she abused him and they're arresting her. And she is a train wreck that keeps on e-begging and even steals food from her boyfriend to not let him eat, to the point where he is starving and asking for orange juice for Christmas. So pretty much it's a kind of crazy thing.
Yeah. And Jasmina, thank you so much for the donation. I truly appreciate that. I just want people to know, when you donate, it stays into the stream. You use that for the upkeep, especially with the yards, almost said labs, stream yards and everything else. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was
Wait a
very
minute.
kind
Wait
of
a minute.
you.
I thought we were going to use the donations to get me orange juice.
Let's go get Rev orange juice.
No, I'm not giving them a dime, but I'm sure.
Imagine if we gave them $5.
No, I'm not giving them
Well,
a dime.
I think people are ordering them. I don't worry, y'all. I want to use y'all's donations to us to fund their habits. But imagine if excuse me. I think that's why people order food for them, because the whole joke about it is, it's disgusting food that Shanny will never eat, but also that at least they know what their money's going to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, to me, it's like you're just kind of like, you're just like, they really need to just get a job and get into a normal life, and you're kind of like prolonging their suffering. Like,
it's a train wreck. People love a train wreck. They will invest in a train wreck.
Like, it's just like, people need to save themselves. They can't just like rely on donations and stuff like that. And it's like, these people have sold off their dignity as a human being. They've sold off their kids. They've basically sold everything off just so they can get like, high and play video games, and they eat bag all day. It's like a fucking terrible existence. I mean, I would rather like work at McDonald's or anything, because at least that's a self-respecting job where I have dignity and I can go to a 9-to-5 and have some sort of dignity as a human being. This, what they are, is it's just a circus.
And there are jobs for people who are bedbound and stuff. You can dispatch for your local, or AAA or something like that.
I mean,
there's things you could do.
Is she on Social Security?
Here's the thing. Even if she wanted to get, let's say, SSI or SSD, I always get them mixed up. But she's too late to even fill out the paperwork. That's the problem. She probably could.
Yeah, and also because she gets food stamps, so I'm pretty sure she could probably get Social Security. And also, Social Security has, like, in certain states, has programs to train you for free. Like, they'll pay for your college, and if you look for a job that's like, let's say,
welfare
position,
does that.
Like, look for a job, they'll pay for college for a sedentary position. And I mean, like, you'll have to fill out a lot of paperwork and you have to go to their stupid classes, but like, for just to do that, but they will pay for your education if you do the paperwork correctly. And so, like, there's options. Like, the government gives you a lot of options if you know how to fill out the paperwork and understand like to maneuver around them. And it seems like this person's just too lazy to even think about that. She could definitely go get a Social Security lawyer too. And I think I don't know if they stopped doing back pay, because in the old days they used to give you like it would take them like a couple of months for the Social Security to be basically to give it to you, and then like they would give you 6 months back pay of the Social Security. They probably would spend it all on stupid shit, but Yeah, I mean, like, I just think like there's many options for these people that they don't need to beg. They can easily get Social Security and work a part-time job to make ends meet, and then just live on a budget and just live comfortable lives. We have big ass ham in the ice box along with tons of other leftovers. Well, do not give that to Angie. Do not give that to these people because it will only go down to this woman's mouth and he will have to. I mean, it'd be kind of fucked up because I can imagine all the food that's getting donated is like being like she purposely makes him stare at her while she eats all the food and he's starving to death. So it's kind of like you're contributing to torture if you give this woman food. That's my opinion. I mean, you're like literally committing war crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to commit war crimes, I mean, donate food to this woman. I mean,
I told her earlier as a joke that she should have people donate $5 to ask a question from her that she doesn't like answering usually, and like $10 for really personal ones, because she gets so mad if you ask any questions about like her diagnosis or her getting her kids back. I got banned for the second time earlier for saying something she didn't like.
yeah. So your basic tactic is that you want her to do what that Wings of Redemption does, where people just donate to just hate watch him, and he makes thousands of dollars from people just donating to troll at him.
Yeah, I don't think they deserve any money. I was just trying to make a point.
Well, no. Well, see, that's the thing, though. You ask her questions like that, she's going to have to remember lies that she said in the past.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think that's the major issue. So it's better to avoid than to be like, well, what did I say? I mean, the whole cancer thing, that's a bit, I'm offended by that. That's bullshit. Like, why would you fake having cancer? Do you know how many people struggle?
Yeah.
I guess she's done it like 3 times already, and then miraculously gets better every time.
Well, it's a miracle.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of families out there that wish that they had that miracle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
it's horrible.
I mean, like, this woman is definitely low. So she got arrested. Do we need to watch more of her crying to the police?
Well, this is where she got arrested, and it's the whole video, and I did share it in the chat, so y'all have to scroll up. They did get the paddy wagon for her, as you can see here.
Wait a minute. They need to get a bigger car for her?
Heart attack or something in this, and like that's what she does. She always thinks that she's having like a heart attack, and I'm kind of like, honey, maybe stop smoking, maybe lose some weight, and you wouldn't be feeling you're having an anxiety attack, which could feel like a heart attack. But she says it's a heart attack because more people, you get more attention if you go, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack, than, oh my God, I'm having anxiety.
Well, it's a way for her to try to get out of trouble. Like, she plays this I'm weak and I'm vulnerable whenever she steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
So.
She's a tall woman, too. She's tall as well. I did not know she was tall.
Imagine
having...
She's 5'10"?
She claims she's 5'10", yeah.
Oh, okay.
She does look like she's 5'10", 5'11". I mean, in the picture.
Look, this is like he has some
5'9", I guess, 5'9" and a quarter.
Okay, and like he looks like he has vitality still in his life. Like he looks like human a little bit in this photo. So he hasn't been completely drained by the whatever the creature in Harry Potter is.
I almost said Demogorgon.
Does BT know about the stream where she publicly shamed him and made him it was supposed to be shave his head, but really she cut it with scissors in random patches and put a scarf.
You didn't see that? I think I sent it to you. But yeah, we're really just reacting at this point. Like there's a story here, I promise y'all. And we did give you some links for you guys to click to get like the A to B story, but now we're on the whole she's with Rev right now. And we can all agree that as much as we don't like Rev because he does feed her habit and her ego, she broke him. She fucking broke this man.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I tell every young man: do not stick your dick in crazy, because this is what this will happen to you. Well,
not every time.
Not every time,
crazy.
but
I married crazy, and that was the best fucking time of my life.
And are you still married?
No, we're not, but we're best friends.
Okay.
We're best friends. But that's the thing. Know your limit. You stick your dick in crazy, but know your fucking limit.
I mean, like my advice, this man, he should have just taken his money and invested it, and then he could have been very well placed. But that's the problem. It's like, you got to be careful. This woman just basically destroyed this man's life. I mean, I don't have any sympathy because he beat up her kid, her autistic kid, because he didn't feel like a man because he's a piece of shit. But, I mean, still, it's a lesson to be learned.
Oh, maybe we should go to before we get to Rev, who is now released now and the kids are taken away. There was an incident where Rev did abuse her son, the autistic one, right?
Yes, the autistic one.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. In the middle of all this, there was also, I'm trying to look for the video, looking in our, but this is from I Write Alex. Let me see if I can get it. I Write Alex does an amazing job. I will share his link in 1 second.
Just a side note too, for when we do get to the kid part, what I think is most sad that one of the boys had to call the cops. Shanny wasn't even going to do it or take him to the hospital.
That's crazy.
Fucking for real?
Yeah, I swear to God. He had been kicked in the head and the stomach, and it was like 2 days later that the brother called for him because he felt so bad.
And the oldest child, I think the oldest child is going to be close to like 16, no? I felt, but I don't know the age of the...
Yeah, donate your money to the kids, man, because they'll need it. They'll need that. I can get behind helping the kids out. Just when they can come independent and they don't have to give money to their mother, they're going to need all the money they can get. Like, I would say, like, those kids, they've got definitely a disadvantage in life. That's for sure.
Those poor boys.
I believe they're about 13 and 16 right now. Sorry.
13, 16. Where's the rest of the kids? Because it says that she has 7 kids. They're all boys. Are they with the fathers?
I've never heard that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
I've never heard that.
See, I thought she only had like 3 or 4. But again, I could be wrong. And you know what? The Wikipedia could be wrong as well. We don't know. So I don't know. But either way, even having 1 kid is enough. Even them owning a cat is bad. Like, let alone kids, you know what I mean? But this video is from I Write. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that the 2 cats got a box of canned food donated for Christmas, and they scarfed it down because they were starving.
Oh my God.
They still have the cats?
Yes, they still have both cats, unfortunately. So they're starving too. Yep.
Yeah, I have a feeling, Jasmine, they would probably kill the plants too. I mean, I think they probably wouldn't give the plants water. They probably would feed the plants Mountain Dew or something. I don't know.
Barely feeds Rev.
Maybe if they were marijuana plants, they would care for them. That would be actually a good idea for them. Actually, if it's legal there,
she doesn't have the patience. She barely had patience with her own kids.
Listen, it's something that she would love. I mean, she probably loves the marijuana more than her kids, to be honest with you. So,
well, I think she's in this mind funk. There is depression there, mind you. I'm not going to totally shade her. She does have mental illness. You have to have mental illness, but it's not an excuse. Like how far down do you have to sit and be like, oh, I fucked up. Like, I need to get my life in order. When is the shocker? It wasn't when you and Rev got, had the domestic violence thing or you guys getting evicted or you losing you would think after losing your kids, you'll be like, oh, I need to change. Nothing is going to make her change.
Well, the problem is she has hit rock bottom. And the thing is that all these people are enablers. They're just giving her money and they're allowing her to continue her lifestyle of complete, as it spirals down and down. And what they should do is just stop giving this woman money, allow this woman to actually come back to reality and join society and start working out. Because, another thing she has to be worried about is she is overweight and COVID is mutating in China. It's literally they shut down lockdown and they have estimated numbers of 3,000 to 5,000 people dying in China with COVID deaths because they're overwhelmed with the things. So
is this recent?
Yes, this is recent. This is happening right now. And if that shit comes here, it's going to be very bad for people who have, pro-mobilities, people have sicknesses, and she's not going to do too well if she gets a new strain of COVID. So I mean, like, she's, you know what I mean? Like, this is a very, you know, I'm appealing to her selfishness right now. If you do not want to die, you should probably exercise, you know, lose some weight, stop eating, feed your husband some money, or your boyfriend some food. I don't know. He needs to eat. He needs food so he can survive. So, yeah. But yeah,
She actually just said the other day that while not having her kids now, it's actually made her excited, looking forward to being an empty nester and being able to just spend time with Rev. That's pretty sad.
that's very sad for Rev, actually.
I wish she had this revelation before she spread her legs.
Right?
Because
I agree.
because I am 38-year-old man who I can sit here and honestly say, well, you know, people, you know, my family asked me, well, don't you want kids or don't you, you know, no, I'm too selfish of a person. At this time in my life, I am going to be hitting 40 in 2 years. I can honestly say, no, I'm too selfish of a person. I am fine not having kids. And that's okay. That's the responsible thing to do. But right after you push out like a bunch of kids, yeah, right after you put, you know, and then you realize that you're selfish. No. It's just,
When
I wish you.
When I got my kids taken away, that was a wake up for me. That's what got me sober. I'm 4 years clean now.
Oh,
And
congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much. And I fought like hell to get my kids back. And I too struggle with like mental health issues and what else? Chronic pain. So I struggle with a lot of the same things that Shanny struggles with. But at the end of the day, when you're a mom, you have to work on yourself.
Yeah, you also and you also kind of hit rock bottom, and you didn't have anyone enabling you, and you were able to see.
This should be her rock bottom, and if it's not, then that's sad. Nothing else is gonna be, you know.
I mean, you got to realize everyone has different rock bottoms, you know. And
But what's hers though? You would think after losing your kids.
Probably when she can't get high anymore and she can't get drugs. That's probably going to be her rock bottom because that's what she's been depending on for many, many years. I think she can lose Rev. I think she can lose her kids. I think she could be homeless, and that wouldn't be rock bottom. I think the moment she can't get high is when she's going to hit rock bottom, probably.
She's not making it look good for potheads out there. I'm just saying.
I mean, she's not only on pot. Let's just say that much.
Well, no, I do agree with Ari. She does have the nods. She does have the yawns. That's, you know, I was a pill abuser too, so I get it. And yeah.
See, I'm defending you pot smokers. No, I'm defending you guys right now.
You're trying to make up for what you said before.
I'm trying not to lose too many subscribers to my attacks on marijuana. I have a marijuana squad after me.
But yeah, this video I shared it in the room. This in the chat. This is Irate Alex. I do like his content, and he does a pretty good job summing it up into a 2-hour video. But we're only going to watch the part where Rev. This is when I got involved with the Shanny stuff, and I started watching.
Me too.
Because it was all over the place. You could not ignore it. But yeah, this is when she got evicted. Her and Rev got evicted, mind you, with the kids there. And when they get evicted, this is their whole entire play. I call it a play because it seems like an act. They're basically begging for help, and Shanny's blaming everybody but herself, while Rev is in the background blaming Shanny. And it does get a little, you know, verbal abusive, so trigger warning to everybody out there. They're not happy people. They're not. But here we go.
So, on to part 2, the eviction saga.
Help, someone help me. Guys, I just got this eviction notice that we got to be kicked out here in the weekend, and we're losing our car and everything all at once. I need help. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. I've tried all again. My phone, they sent me a phone and it's gone. I need help. Someone help me. I worked my ass off trying to do as much as I can, and I sent Krista the $50 back by accident. I need G-Man. Okay, so can someone severely get me hold of G-Man?
Can you stop?
Because I need him. I need so.
Yeah, paused it. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, this is what I want to point out. Just because you work your ass off doesn't mean that you're entitled to basically live somewhere for free. My understanding is that she claimed that they owed $22,000 later on this video, and she was paying about $3,000 rent. And it's like, lady, just because you work your ass off, like she's claiming she's working her ass off, she's not. Doesn't mean you're entitled to rent free. And also, I don't know why she's trying to ask for G-Man. She's been doxing and attacking that guy, even though I don't like the G-Man. It's very
They bounce
weird.
off of each other. That's the thing. They bounce off of each other. Oh, and real quick, she did get semi-famous, like besides the whole moon thing. Shane Dawson had her in one of his videos.
Oh yeah.
So that was the kicker there. And then there was another person as
Yes.
well.
Yes, in the bushes, these are YouTubers. I think she got banned on YouTube, but then she moved on to Twitch. Yeah, basically what this woman's
And Instagram.
And Instagram. What this woman's content is begging for money and just basically guilting everyone about how horrible her situation is and making her significant other beg for money. She used to be the joke of every like kind of Christian versus atheist thing in the early days, which, by the way, I never liked that shit. That shit was boring as hell. And then those people became the skeptics, and then those people became bread tubers, or like bread tubers. And the skeptics were kind of like, well, we're kind of right wing, and we're kind of like Sargon and Bakar and stuff like that, and we're in the middle, but we're really in the right. And then they started getting banned for getting a little too spicy with their opinions. And then the lefties came in and became the bread tubers, which is basically people who are pro-socialist, pro-communist, who thinks, Stalin wasn't that bad of a guy. And now they're on YouTube. So YouTube gets these like evolutions of bullshit debates. So she was basically the butt of every joke. Like every atheist would invite this lady to come on, probably to laugh at her and show, oh, look how stupid the Christians are. And that was basically what her earlier job was. Did I get that right, or was I a little bit wrong on that one?
No, you're right. You're right. But this is them not now, but this was during the pandemic. They got kicked out, right? Ari, please correct me.
Yeah.
I think so. I see. What I meant was when I found them, I found them through this video, like through Irate Alex. But it was a few days ago, actually. So I've been like binge watching all this stuff for the past like maybe 5 days. So I just found out about this, but I watched a lot on it.
It's a rabbit hole. Like it's not even like it's a huge rabbit hole, and you can't stop watching because we like a train wreck. I mean, you wish the best for them. Obviously, we're humans. But now that the kids are safe, I can honestly sit back and go, this is entertaining. Before, it was tragic because the kids were involved. But now
I was
it's
genuinely trying to give her advice, and she was getting upset with me. So,
of course,
they don't
because in her world, you're wrong. She's right.
Yep.
These are trash people. I don't.
I mean, at least don't give her advice about going into true crime. I mean, we don't need that.
Right.
Imagine if she did go to true crime. She starts pulling out the tarot cards and accusing people, and just gets a bunch of donations.
That would be unholy of her.
No, I just fucked up. I mentioned that she might watch this and she might take that as advice. She might start reading articles just online, and that'll be her.
Oh, knowing her, she's probably going to be striking. But good thing Irate. But again, credit to Irate Alex. He does make good content. He's very opinionated and he's always on point. So thank you, Irate Alex, for this video. But them getting evicted, and she blames everybody but herself. But here we go.
Someone in my life, because I just don't know what to do.
Now listen in the background with Rev.
I say we just pack up the car what we can, and we just head out to Pennsylvania. There's nothing else we can do. We got no money. We got nothing. We just sell all this. But we got to get out of this house by this weekend. And what is it? What day is it? It's Thursday. It says you will be evicted anytime.
No.
It says please move this weekend in Turner.
That is.
It says To Jason All, Egroff, and all other persons residing, occupied, and staying in premises. The Jefferson County office is ordering by Jefferson County Court to enforce a writ of restitution eviction for these premises. This means you must move out immediately, and if you do not vacate, the sheriff's office is required by the court to enter and remove all your possessions. Please be aware that the sheriff's office has no legal responsibility to pack your items and removal. So I need help.
Can I say something quick? Put me on, just shoot me for 1 second.
Here, you hold it. I'm panicking. Okay? I'm panicking.
This is proof. This is proof right here. Okay? That the Democratic Party has done nothing to help anyone. The government has done nothing to help anyone.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Stop it.
There was
I'm
some,
gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna have
And this, ladies and gents, was the initial response to the final eviction notice that Shanny and Rev had received after having not paid their rent for some time, roughly $20,000 of unpaid rent. Now, despite what both of them say during the stream, they were fully aware of their predicament. They had received several warnings and had even established a payback scheme with their landlord and had subsequently not paid on time the agreed amount. This is Shanny ForChrist once again, despite knowing full well prior to eviction, using a situation to attempt an emotional manipulation upon her audience. Gibbs money, right guys? Of course, this was the end result of the eviction saga. Both of them had spent considerable time e-begging and desperately attempting to acquire new ways to earn. This includes live streams of up to 20 hours and even Shanny attempting to force Rev into once again taking part in amateur naughty fun time. As you can imagine, the build up to this moment consisted of a great deal of stress for the both of them, and it really showed. One particular live stream that we shall focus on, wherein the both of them proceed to emotionally abuse each other, blackmail, verbally abuse, and Rev choosing to literally spit in Shanny's face, make some incredibly nasty comments, and even threaten to quote-unquote go postal. So before we sift through the mess of the eviction stream itself,
Take that as a
let's
warning
watch
for everybody.
the disgusting trailer trash mess that is Shanny desperate for cash.
But I'm doing this all on my own, and I need help. Like, if you want my shows to continue, I need financial help. And it's like every other YouTuber who decides to do this full time. They need financial help too. You're saying we don't give money to people who do edibles and stuff, but you give money for people to hate others. You give money for random stupid causes, not something that actually helps someone. Like, I don't know how many times you haters came to me asking for money and I gave you it, knowing that you hated me.
Pause it.
Okay. No one's gonna give you money because you're literally doing drugs with the money. Like, no one give. I mean, am I wrong, or like Madison, or am I right, or what?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I mean, like, this woman's like crying that no one wants to give her money because she uses it for drugs, and she says, "Well,
Right.
you give money to my haters," and it's like, well, they're giving money to your haters because they're giving them content, which is what they want. They don't want to give you. Yeah, they don't want to give you money because you don't want to give them content. You want to do drugs with them, and they don't want to continue to, like, you're supposed to be a Christian, and it's not very Christian to continuously give drugs to someone and pay for someone's drug addiction. Am I right?
Well, no, go ahead, Ari.
Yeah, I think you're right, 100%. I wouldn't want to feed anyone's addiction.
Oh no. No, absolutely. I think what she uses a lot, hey Peach, I think what she uses a lot is that she's her MS and that she's in pain. And yes, cannabis can help you with pain management and it can help you with a lot of things. But the thing is, though, truthfully, she could get a prescription for that if she was in the
Well,
right
also,
state.
it's pain is a symptom, okay? And most likely, the pain she talks about, she has arthritis. She says something about arthritis or some shit, MS, and it's like, most likely, lady, it's what you're putting into your body and what you're not doing. You are overweight. You are 500 to 600 pounds. Your body can only hold so much weight that it will crumble. your joints will erode. Think of your body as like you're kind of putting too much pressure on too quickly for your body to repair itself. So the older you get, the more pain you get. So you're only treating the symptoms. You're not treating the underlying situation. And any doctor you go to would tell you, ma'am, you have to lose weight. You cannot be 500 pounds, 600 pounds, because that is why you're in pain. And try not to eat so much. But
she's also saying she needs a double knee replacement and that eventually she'll need her hip replaced, which could be true because of all the weight. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of weight on even if you were 6 foot, that's a lot of weight for a tiny, that's a frame. Do you get what I'm saying? Our skeletons are only it can only handle so much.
Right.
Yeah, and just like Peach says, pain is a result of underlying problem. Yeah, she eats too much. She does drugs to try to hide the pain. Your body is telling you something. If you are in pain, you go to a doctor, tell you what that pain is. But any person who's looking at you can tell you what the problem is. And I'm not fat shaming anyone. I am telling you, you are the one complaining of pain. You are the one begging for money because of the pain. And so I'm telling you, your problem is your weight, and you need to lose weight. And if you drop down to like, let's say 200 pounds, you'd probably be perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking you to be like 120 or some shit like that. But I think like 200s, I think in the 200s, you could probably live a nice, fulfilling life where you're not going to be in so much goddamn pain. But, you know, because that's pretty unrealistic for me to say be 150 pounds, because that's probably
you could. I'm 5'5". I'm a little Hispanic man, and I weigh about like 250, 260. I'm a big boy. I'm a fucking big boy, but I walk you can ask Blau. I walk to the store all the time. I clean my house. I don't depend on really anyone. I'm very independent. I'm not like bedbound. I walk everywhere. I even have a little bicycle in my house that sometimes I ride. I have weights in my house. When I wake up, I use them. Like, I'm a big guy, but that's not going to stop me from shit. You can live a life. Do you get what I'm saying?
And she doesn't want to take responsibility. And she's like, well, the hate channel. Well, their people are paying for their content. I mean, there's people that donate to hate channels all the time. They call them hate channels, but I just call them like, they're just critic. That you put the content out there, it's going to get reviewed, just like a movie review. It's like calling those people who review bad movies their hate channel, their hate movie channels. No, it's called a review. You put out content and people are going to review it, just like movies. People are reviewing you, and they are criticizing your lies and your misinformation and your bullshit and your shenanigans. Now, you could take that as a positive and just be like, listen, I really am fucking up in life, and I need to change things in my life. Maybe leave YouTube and just move on to my personal life, and maybe get a regular 9-to-5 job, maybe get Social Security, start eating less, start being less fucking crazy, and maybe go to a psychologist, a psychiatrist. Like, go to those people. Go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something like that.
She's in Pennsylvania now. She could easily. They have my brother who's transitioning. He's not fully transitioned, but he's transitioning. They have amazing insurance in Pennsylvania for a shrink. It's not that hard for you to. All you have to do is sit there and make a couple phone calls, and you don't even have to physically go there, because since the pandemic, now it's a permanent option, and a lot of therapy sessions can be done over Zoom or FaceTime and stuff. Like, there's no excuse for it anymore.
See, here's the thing about Shanny, okay? She wants to be incapacitated because of two reasons. One, it gives her sympathy and like another excuse to get money as well. And also, she's been claiming lately that she's even incontinent, and I kind of believe her, because I'll watch like a 12-hour stream of hers and she won't get up once to go to the bathroom. Also, I think she might have like Munchausen's in a way, and even Munchausen's by proxy, because she'll self-diagnose herself. She'll self-diagnose Rev. It's like she likes it. Also, she claims she went to college for psychology. She claims she went for 6 years and should have a bachelor's degree by now. But I don't think any of that's true either.
Oh no!
I mean, like,
if it was true, she wouldn't be homeless. I mean, she's basically homeless.
Yeah, and I think probably she's probably incontinent, because what happens is that when you eat a lot of meat and you're that overweight, the food begins to rot in your intestines, and you need to eat like fiber and stuff. That's why you're supposed to eat a lot of fiber. and she does not. She probably eats a lot of meat, and she probably has a lot of food rotten, and that also adds to other underlying issues with her skin. That's probably why her skin looks so bad, is because that the food is literally rotten in her intestines, and that's why she has a lot of problems. That's why she needs to lose weight, and she probably needs to do a lot of other things. But yeah, pretty much.
You can start small. She could just walk the block, like outside her uncle's house. She could just go up and down a couple times, and that's a good start. You have to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there's no excuse, but you're absolutely right. She does like the attention. It's like that Ashley Murphy character we talked about before. They like to be in a vulnerable situation like that, is because they like the sympathy.
Yeah.
So why get better? You know?
Exactly.
But let's continue forward, because this just gets even darker.
Me. But now it's turned, I'm a scam artist. How am I a scam artist? I'm showing you my bills. I'm showing you I'm going under. So if you don't see me, you're going to know why. You're going to know why. You're going to know why. It's because I didn't get the support I needed. So
that's horrible to say that to your
can do.
supporters or your fans.
You want me to do a full-time, like, on the feet job, and I can't fucking do that anymore. I'm too fucking disabled to do that. It's like I can't even stand for 5 minutes without you seeing me needing to sit down. And no one's helping me. And it's like I have to do all this myself, paying all the bills, everything myself. And it's like you're sick. And you're just taking the last of your fucking strength, right? To just make a little bit of fucking money to just survive in this world. Oh, what about your food videos? It looks like you have plenty of money for food. I'm getting that stuff on food stamps.
Wait, hold on. So he had $700,000.
Yes.
And they were, because they're not legally married, so therefore she can say she could collect food stamps.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's probably why they're not married.
Yeah.
They're both probably collecting some food stamps, and they probably both have separate addresses, probably, my guess. That's probably like maybe he's, and that's probably what's happening. And I like what Georgia Peach says. I'm 56. I'm not overweight. I was a softball player for 35 years and a runner. Also inherited arthritis. I inherited arthritis and I had major back surgery and I'm full knee replacement, both knees, not on any pain medicine.
Some people do have more willpower than others. I get that, but it's really hard to describe it. Maybe Ari could do better describing it, but it's an addiction makes no sense. It doesn't make no sense.
I mean, yeah, and also it's probably fucking up her liver and her whole body with all this, because she's definitely not on only marijuana. She's on all the things.
No,
there's no doubt.
She's on Cymbalta for arthritis, and she was withdrawing from that the other day. I know that because she couldn't get her prescription delivered on time, so she was without it for like at least one day, and she was just on there raging, like mad at the world and really sick, and then she finally got that. So like that should at least help a little. But yeah, I think she's just an addict and wants just pain. And I think that's why she doesn't go to the doctor as well, because she'll go to the doctor and they won't give her what she wants, which is like a strong pain med. So then she's like, why even go? You know what I mean?
That's what there's people like doctors have a way of watching for people like this. A lot of doctors get people that will like doctor shop.
Stricter,
yeah, that will doctor shop and be like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain, doctor. Will you write me this prescription for Oxycontin or something like that? And then that's pretty much, they watch for that now. Like people used to go down to Florida and do that a lot. And they would get like the pills.
The cool thing they have now, because I used to be a certified pharmacy technician, and doctors as well as pharmacists have this statewide site now that they can get on to see like what controlled substances you've gotten in the state within the last 30 days. Back in the day, they didn't have that, which is why people would check doctor shop and pharmacy shop, but you can't do it now because they're going to find out, which is cool.
No. The country finally, a couple of years ago or so, the country finally opened their eyes that there was an epidemic when it came to pain management.
Yeah.
That's why cannabis is so popular and kratom is so popular and stuff, because it's organic, it's non-habit forming. But she makes it seem like anything could be habit forming, though. People are addicted to crazy shit like shopping, sex, like anybody can get addicted. It's
Right.
just,
And like you said, she could get a script for the marijuana, but even if she did, it probably wouldn't be enough to give her a high, which is what she wants.
yeah. And it's not like she's sharing to Rev either if she had the prescription,
And,
because Rev smokes too. Like, he
and
definitely.
she would get drug tested probably.
Wait
And she
a
probably wouldn't do that if she's using other stuff.
wait a
Illegal.
minute. Rev smokes too? I thought he was sober and everything. That's crazy.
He doesn't drink alcohol, but he smokes, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. That was a joke.
Once in a while, when he does drink, though, it seems like there's a domestic issue. So
yeah,
that's his thing, is drinking.
Yeah.
But he's not allowed to do that, but she's allowed to do whatever the fuck she. It's very
right in front of him.
Excuse me?
She drinks right in front of him, which is messed up. If she really cares about him and he's an alcoholic, why would you drink right in front of him?
That's horrible. No, I think they don't love each other, but they're very dependent on, like, they're like, well, this is my life now. And if you have, I mean, once you hit that point of, well, this is just how it's going to be, then there's some issues there. But they have to find help on their own, you know? Me too, chocolate and Red Bull, sugar-free and cigarette. Exactly. We all have addictions. It's just, you know, when it's so blatant out there, like Shanny's is, it's kind of like, get help.
Her addictions has taken over her life. Like, if I've said, like, I'm a coffee drinker, but you know, let's say like I had to decide between quitting coffee or dying, I would quit the coffee.
You don't like coffee, you like tea.
I drink both tea and coffee.
Oh, I didn't know you drank coffee. Go ahead.
Yeah, I drink iced coffee. I like iced coffee.
Definitely addicted to food as well. I heard that one of the CPS workers allegedly said that that's one of the reasons they took the boys as well, because she was hoarding food in her bedroom. So not only was Jason underweight, but the boys were as well.
That's like evil.
God,
That's so evil.
Christ.
Like, I can't imagine any mother who would be like, I'm going to take food from my children's mouth. Like,
That is
holy
horrible.
shit. Like, I don't even think like we all shit on Dolly a little bit, but I don't think Dolly would ever do something like that.
Well,
Like,
Dolly does harbor a registered sex offender and protects him, so they're both equally evil in their own way.
but I'm saying like Dolly has kids, and I've never heard like his kids like having issues.
Oh
like
no.
that.
No! I'm just saying both of them are equally evil in their own.
Yeah,
you know.
but I'm just saying, like, I don't think he steals foods from his
No,
children's mouth.
no,
That's that's another level.
I eat last in my home. Like, that's how I feel like it should be.
Yeah, like when
Person.
we have like family functions and stuff like that. Before we had my nephew, my parents would always feed us first. Then they would sit down and then they would eat with us. Like, everybody had their share, and then they've always done. And then when my nephew's born, we kind of just fell in line. Like, okay, you eat first. You know, here's your plate. Da da da. And then we all sit down. It's kind of like a thing that you do. Parents are supposed to. That's the thing. Parents are supposed to take care of their kids. They come first. You can't be selfish and have kids.
Let me see. I want to see something. Let me see. 7 deadly sins. All right, let me see. 1 second. I just want to know what the exact 7 deadly sins are. Just okay. So she's obviously broken lust. She's broken gluttony. She's broken greed. She's broken sloth. She's broken wrath because she beats up her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She's broken envy because she envies other people's possessions, including in this stream where she's envying other people's money, and she's prideful. So I don't think this person. I think this person's more of an anti-Christian.
But she would never comprehend that. She probably has like a rebuttal to all that.
I don't know what the rebuttal would be.
For sure. Yeah.
Fucking, she's just insane. Like, we're not going to get through all of it tonight, but there'll be a surprise stream somewhere along the line where we just continue on, because this is a rabbit hole that I actually enjoy. And
me too.
It's one of those guilt, like, you don't want to see people not succeed in life, but you kind of do at the same, like, if you're feeling bad about yourself, watch Shanny.
And also, I'm probably thinking I was going to do the whole the Lufthansa heist on Thursday, but I'm thinking I'm just going to do the Pike County one because that one's already done. So
they did all the trials for that one?
Yeah, there's like an update on that one. So I think we could actually probably do a part 2 on that one.
And we can do Monday. We can do the heist.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
wait,
yeah.
wait, hold on. When's New Year's? Yeah, Monday. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what. But let's watch a little bit more of this before we, lose the time, because I do really want to reflect on how crazy this is. And yes.
Yeah, sorry if I've gone off on any tangents. I just didn't want to forget anything.
No, you're totally fine. If there's anything you want to say and want me to pause this, just Tony, pause it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I appreciate the tangents, because if we're, I don't want to steal people's content. Just watch the whole stream. We're not Hassan Piker, where we just got to eat off salad while we're sitting here watching a guy's video for 2 hours, and then we have to actually react.
Yeah. And I do respect Irate Alex and Celie McFly. Like, they make really, if it wasn't for their content, I don't think we would have been here.
Oh, can I say one more thing about that real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Maybe you've already covered it, but I came in a little late. I think that is one of the reasons she was banned from YouTube. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was either Cecil McFly or that Dragnut guy I was talking about. But basically, when they left that house that was really dirty, they told people that they could go in there and take what they wanted. And instead, one of the YouTubers recorded how dirty the house was, and they called and tried to get them arrested. But the live stream had already been put out there. So.
Yep. Well, you're absolutely right. During this, what you guys see on the screen right now, this coincides with what Ari just said. And basically, while they were moving out, they left TVs, they left PlayStation 5, Switches, they left a lot of expensive shit, which I wouldn't have left. I mean, I guess the TV was too big, so I get it. But I wouldn't have left the PlayStation 5s or anything. Like, I would take that shit with me. But they left everything there. And she was on the live stream saying, if you guys want it, just take it. We're out. Like, they were already driving. And they're like, you guys are welcome for it. And then people actually went there. And there was 2 people who went there. There was one recording of somebody just was a neighbor checking the house via the landlord. And then it was the dragon guy. Did the video, and they went in there, and then Shanny had like a temper tantrum going, that's illegal, you just trespassed. But the video came out, but there was the recording saying that people were allowed to. It made no fucking sense.
Yeah, that's kind of like breaking terms of services, I think, like accusing another YouTuber of doing something illegal that technically it wasn't illegal because she gave them permission.
Yeah, so that was a bit. We're gonna see the house. Hopefully we get to the house. But yeah, this is you're gonna see what the kids were living through, which is fucking. I'm so happy that they're taken care of right now. I really hope they're in good foster care. Yeah, it's just But yes, you're absolutely right. That did happen. Totally forgot about that. Thank you. But yeah,
you're welcome.
Okay, and we're at her again, blaming everybody but herself, which you're gonna see a lot. Oh, come on, press play.
I'm like trying so hard. It's like nothing I do is fucking good enough.
Rev is somewhere in the background.
Nothing I do is fucking good enough. And it's just like I'm so sick of being ridiculed over everything I do. And it's just like, can you just be happy? Can you just be happy with what I'm trying to do? Can you just be happy that I'm trying? But it's not good enough if I try. It's not good enough. It's like you can barely fucking walk. You can barely do fucking shit. You can barely move. You're always in tremendous pain. And you're the only one doing anything to survive. I see other people giving money to people, and I have to feel guilty over receiving money from people on YouTube when everyone does it. I'm not going to feel guilty over needing money. I'm not going to feel guilty over needing money to pay my bills so I can have my family happy. I'm not going to feel guilty over that because I'm at least trying my best to work. You know, I'm even offering people, like, if you don't want to just donate to me, I'm offering making videos for you and for people. I'm offering to do that. You know, I'll make a fucking edited video if you pay me. I'm willing to do anything for money, and I have done anything for money. As I do everything in my power to try to help my family.
Whoa.
It's not good enough.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
just
good
keeps
enough, and I need it
going.
to
I
be
think
good
it's gonna
enough.
lead into Rev in a second. Let me see.
Denise, fast forward to
The
self-pitying.
most recent one was Britney Spears. I'm not even joking. Throughout the years, in an attempt to acquire that sweet,
Oh,
sweet
here it
pea
is.
fame,
You really can't. You can't function. I triple dog dare you to function with high fucking pain. I dare you. You're not going to function. Like if I had a regular job and worked 8 hours on my feet, the first day I'd probably die of a heart attack because of the pain level.
Nope.
You realize that, right?
Mm-mm.
A lot of people like to complain I don't move much. Well, there's a reason why I don't move much. It's extreme agonizing pain to move. It feels like I'm dragging 1,000-pound weight every time I move. And it's not because of my weight, it's just how the fibro is. It puts this huge weight on you to do anything. And you're dragging in sheer pain doing anything. And that includes doing dishes and cooking and cleaning and all the things you see me doing for this channel. I'm in severe pain. You know, I'm just hoping that this Dogecoin will take off quick. I mean, they're saying it's going to. They're saying it's going to take
she
off
invested
soon.
in Dogecoin.
You know, and it's at that time period where Bitcoin, like it took like Bitcoin about 2 to 3 years before it took off and skyrocketed to where it was. And it's in that period with Dogecoin. That's why everyone's getting excited for it. You know, and that's why we invested a little bit of money into it, because we know when it takes off, we'll be able to support ourselves with it.
Okay, so again, perpetual victim, perpetually 15 years old. Shanny doesn't realize the amount of disabled people out there who are in huge amounts of pain daily that somehow still manage to work. They still manage to drag their backsides to work. At no point did she
Can you stop
consider
it?
that there
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine D says, so she was the only begging, not really working at all, or asking for government support, blaming the viewers for, do I understand it? Yeah, she's basically blaming the viewers for not donating enough money, and she's too lazy to actually fill out forms for the government to give her money for free. And yeah, and she doesn't want to work, basically.
You would think with all the laundry list of MS and even her being overweight can be in consideration, her mental status, you can get Social Security. It's not much, but it helps. Do you get what I'm saying? It's something.
Yeah.
Has the MS been confirmed? I know people have a right to their medical privacy, and I totally get that. But do you know for sure she has that?
That's the thing.
I'm just wondering.
No, you're right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's you got to take everything she says with a grain. There has been people that we have talked about before that have faked mental and physical illnesses. So yeah, you do bring up a good point.
I mean, like that's the thing you gotta believe. Like, don't believe what they say online. You know, a lot of these online personalities sometimes will just fucking lie. So take everything with a grain of salt. And usually, I mean, my experience is if a person really has something, they're not like going to just constantly advertise it constantly for pity parties. You know what I mean? Like I remember, I remember Queen Bee literally was in a car accident, and she did a live stream, and she didn't even talk about it. She just mentioned it once. It was like, yeah, I was in a car accident.
Oh my god!
And she just
I hope she's okay. Oh my god!
This was a while ago. This was a while
Oh.
ago, but she just did the stream, and she was like, oh, whatever, you know. She didn't complain or anything like that. You know what I mean?
She didn't milk it, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
People
yes.
who milk
anything ever. So
yeah, it's like you know the good ones that don't like fucking milk shit like crazy.
Yeah, no, yeah. This woman is definitely a milker, and I don't think Rev is too much. I think Rev now is a milker, but I think again, I think she fucking like. I'm not on Rev's side by all means when I say this, but she broke this guy.
You should have named this like fucking stream the 7 Deadly Sins, Shanny of the 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, see, I just wanted to put her name there so she knows that I see.
Yeah.
That's why. But yeah, this is the dynamics of their relationship you're about to see. So trigger warning, and we are coming to an end. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this, say our opinions, and we're gonna close up shop. So again, trigger warning, and this is the dynamic of their relationship and how they interact. Mind you, at this time, the kids were in the house.
I was helping anyway.
No, you weren't. You did nothing.
Yeah. Well, you're doing nothing now, so
That's true.
yeah. So shut the fuck up. I was taking care of a sick man who could barely take care of himself.
No, you
and
didn't.
2 kids.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
That's not true.
Really? I didn't take care of you at all.
You took care of me for 1 year when I had wet brain.
That's what I was talking about.
That's it.
Yeah. And then we were separated because of the fucking cops.
No, because you hit him.
Not wrong at all.
Still. I was still doing everything myself.
It's not true.
Whatever.
He had the money, though. That's
I don't even get credit for
me.
taking care of you for a fucking year.
You just fucking you
Yeah.
did things.
Yeah. Yeah. I kept you alive.
See, this is it. I'm not. No one appreciates anything I do for them.
Kept me alive.
No one appreciates anything I do
think
for
it's
them.
time that this ended.
No one appreciates anything I do.
Of a relationship is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really thinking it's time for this to end.
Why?
Because you're dishonest and you go on this.
How am I
internet
being
and you say
dishonest?
bullshit to people
How
all
am I
day,
being
every
dishonest?
day, and I'm sick of
You
it.
just admitted I
And you
took care
gossip,
of you.
And you gossip.
How am I
I'm so
gossiping?
fucking sick of it.
You just admitted I was taking care of you for a year.
I'm sick of being with this fucking thing.
Yeah. Sick of being with this thing who's doing nothing but financially supporting you when you don't do anything. Yeah. Maybe it's Caitlin from Exclusive.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You can go be with her.
You're a psycho.
I'm a psycho?
Yeah.
Yeah. While I'm financially supporting everything and working my ass off trying to do everything I
No
can.
money coming in. None.
I have to wait till the 21st.
Supporting what?
Yes, I've been getting money in here and putting it in the bills and paying them.
Yeah, you're totally full of shit.
Oh, really? Really? Because I think the people who give me money know that I'm paying the bills.
G-Man pays your bills.
G-Man doesn't pay me.
G-Man pays your bills.
No, he doesn't.
Fucking
He didn't
liar.
pay those bills last month.
Bro, why?
He just gave us the money last week.
That's where the Dogecoin money came from.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It came from Maria.
G-Man pays your bills for.
I'm a whore now?
Yeah, you are.
I'm a whore now. I'm a whore and disgusted now. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I don't know about you, dear viewer, but if I found myself in a position where I was mad at my missus and was, about to have an argument with her.
Ari, you're right. She does miss the G's when she says that.
Oh no!
I did notice that.
Oh no! I
But
mean, like,
yeah.
I'm just glad this guy is kind of waking up. Like, bro, wake the fuck up. And this G-Man, like, I looked at his channel. It's so fuck. It's not like a big channel. How the fuck does he have any money to give to anyone?
He works.
I mean, maybe he has a day job. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No, he definitely works.
Oh,
He does
okay.
have a job. Yeah, he has a job. I don't know how good of a job it is, but he owns his own house now, thanks to them.
Yeah, like, holy shit. Like this woman is like, I don't know why any man would want to be with this woman, to be honest with you. I mean, like, celibacy would be a very good choice at this point. If you had like no options, you had zero options, there's like, she's the last woman on earth. Yeah, that would probably be the option. Like, that would be the end of the human race at that point.
Oh, rubber. No, let's not give her a TV show. TLC would pick her up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, TLC is the ultimate tragedy pimps out there.
Yeah.
Like, they literally will fuck over and extort any tragedy to make money. They're like the circus. They just want to fuck people over. And they really are a disgusting company, by the way.
I mean, but people watch. People watch, though. I watch Sister Wives.
Oh God.
Cody's
I don't
gonna
watch them.
Cody's gonna lose his show because all his wives are leaving him. Just
Yeah.
saying. Two of his wives just left him.
I don't watch that stuff. I don't support those people. I don't support channels like that.
Well, it's the only time I get to talk to my sisters because they love that shit, and I have nothing
We
to
need
talk
to-
to them
we
about.
need to
So I
reform.
watch. It was Housewives a year or so ago. It was like whatever they get on a kick on things. I'm like, oh God, now I have to learn about this so I can have a conversation with them. But,
Speaking of sister wives, allegedly, Shanny reached out to, I think, Knocked. I don't know how to say his name, and tried to like swing with him and his wife or whatever she is.
Oh,
Allegedly.
gross.
Like,
I believe
how-
it though.
how
Allegedly,
thirst-
but I believe it.
I mean, how thirsty do you have to be? Like, I mean, like we made fun of Nathan because he said like he would take a bullet to sleep with Betty Bullhorn if he had to stop her from tragedy pimping. But
Wasn't
like,
Dolly proposing to Leilani?
no, what I'm saying, like, but even Nathan would be like, no, like I'm 100% sure Nathan would not jump on this fucking bomb.
Oh,
for the
no.
good of- no, I don't think any man would be willing.
No,
I
no.
mean-
I'm not a handsome man, but I'm not a desperate man.
Yeah, you have to be like so thirsty you're about to die. Like I don't know how thirsty you'd have to be. You would have to be really thirsty, like Sahara Desert thirsty type of deal.
Yeah. And he had wet brain. And she took care of him that whole time. So I wonder if he even knew what she was doing with the money for that year.
Oh my God, that's such a terrible thought that maybe she just like took advantage of someone who couldn't even decide where the money was being spent.
I will say this, during this argument, as a man, you do not spit on women, you do not put your hands on women, you do not intimidate women, you do not scare women. You can yell at women if there's a fight and she's yelling at you. Yes, do not get in her radar, do not get in her bubble. Just, have your fight, but don't become violent with her. You're not, and I do not support Rev for doing that in this clip we're about to see. But I get why he's angry. He's just projecting it totally wrong, in my opinion. I would be angry too if I was with someone and that person took advantage of me for 3 years and I had no money left. Anybody would. But you don't do this.
I agree, and I'm sure she's abused him a lot more even before this.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And I'm pretty sure in the future, too, we might see something because they love to post it. They just love to post it. But trigger warning for everybody. And here we go.
Spent $700,000. That's what you did.
Oh, really? All these games you bought, all this fucking stupid technology we don't need you bought.
And did nothing.
Yeah, I sat on my ass cooking and cleaning for you, busting my ass off for you.
Clean. I did everything.
Oh,
you
yeah.
sat on your ass, did nothing for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah, okay, Jason. Okay, Jason. That's not true, but you keep saying it.
It is true.
I know, keep saying it. It's eventually going to come true, just like Joseph Goebbels, right?
It's true.
What did you do?
Nothing, because I didn't have to.
Oh, so you're just complaining about me not doing nothing while you did nothing, and then you don't see the hypocrisy in that.
At least he's admitting he did nothing.
Well, I am doing that. Now am I? I'm trying my best.
You're making nothing. It's pathetic.
And I'm trying my best. What are you making? Nothing. How many jobs have you looked for? None. You haven't done anything. I've been looking for jobs. I've pointed jobs out to you even. At least I'm trying. And I wasn't sitting on my ass for 3 years. I was taking care of you while you were playing sick. I think he's having an affair with me with this girl named Caitlin.
Whoa, that escalated. An affair now.
I think he is, because he keeps saying he wants to leave me. Even though I'm working so hard. And it's not good enough. Nothing I do is good enough for anyone. Don't waste the gas money.
Please. We don't have any more money to waste.
I'm just getting out of here.
Where are you going? No, you can't spend the money on gas. We don't have the money. I can't get anymore. No one's donating.
You didn't get any money.
We got 20 yesterday. I got 20.
You got 20. Well, good for you. The only reason you're in this place is because of me. You wouldn't have been in this place for 1 second.
Well, I'm trying to keep this place going, so can you help me?
You're not doing shit.
I have made some money here.
You haven't made enough money for 1 month of rent. Not 1 month.
I just got monetized.
And we have been here for 1.5 years.
I just got
You've
monetized.
done nothing.
What have you done?
I gotta send here, you fucking bitch.
You're gonna hit me now?
Yeah. Call the cops. I want out of this relationship.
What are you gonna do, Jason? You don't even have a job. And you're gonna waste money on gas? And let me guess, you're gonna come to me for the gas money and the cigarette money and all the money you've been needing, like you've been doing. Most of the money went to your fucking cigarettes anyway. Yeah, $6 a day times 30.
As a very big smoker, as you guys can hear my Zippo in the background, you don't blow through almost $1 million on cigarettes in 3 years.
Well, I mean, if you're in the mafia and you're trying to sell them off from the back of a
Yeah,
truck,
take all that aside, but you do not go through almost $1 million from cigarettes. She's trying to push the blame on him. He wants to leave the house, and at this point, if I was her, I would be like, go.
Yeah, well, she's trying to control him by saying like, "Oh, well."
She's afraid that he's cheating. That's why she doesn't want him to go. That's why she doesn't want
This
him to
woman
go.
had an OnlyFans account. Tell me that's not cheating when you're literally selling your image of your body to people. For
It was
money.
with him, though.
But
they were making content together.
She was selling those images to other people to watch.
Yeah, but it's different. He was consensual with it.
Yeah, that's
cheating is different.
Listen, I don't take that as him being. I'm pretty sure he probably was not cool with that shit.
Well, he was a part of it. They made videos. They made nasty videos together. And he knew where they were going.
I'm telling you,
there's a difference between being involved in something that's risque and then cheating.
I'm pretty sure she was dominant in that decision making. Just saying.
This is when he had balls, though. This is when he had balls. He is now just a shattered man. This is when he had balls. He does not have those balls anymore.
She loves to throw it in his face also that he bought like gaming consoles and gaming stuff, but she got that $600 worth of Jeffree Star makeup, which, by the way, she was supposed to use in a makeup video and never did it because she's so lazy that she didn't want to do it.
First off, who the fuck cares? Why would anyone want to buy Jeffree Star makeup?
He was very popular during this time, like very popular.
I know, man, but like
that video probably because of the Shane Dawson video.
Yeah, probably. So you get the clicks. I guess that would make sense. But you wouldn't make that much money unless your channel is big. Like you'd have to recover the $600.
Well, see, that's the thing too. Just say I was a makeup artist or whatever. I would not invest a $600 palette, not unless I know I can make that $600 back.
Yeah, like
does that make sense?
Yeah, that would make absolute sense. Like everything's an investment, you know. So I would not fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy makeup anyway, but I'm just saying. I'm not buying makeup. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why anyone would fucking buy anything like from YouTubers because most of this shit is like fucking overpriced. Like that's just like
Jeffree Star and James Charles shit are. But I think, I think Ari's right. I think she was just riding off the coattails because Shane Dawson is BFF with Jeffree Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the video was about, right? Wasn't that the one on Jeffree?
Yeah, it was basically it was basically this was during the time if this was during the time Shane Dawson used to be very popular. He used to do little documentary things where and then he went to do the interview with Jeffree Star and try to because that was the thing. Like that's the
this was before before the whole Willow Smith thing came out.
This is like
it was the same year. But yeah.
So basically, what happened was that Shane used to like kind of scam by rehabilitating people's images by doing little documentaries type of shit.
Oh, the Eugenia Cooney one, that was horrible.
Yeah, and he did. You go, Eric.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I do remember that the video that he like went like in one of them he was pretending to become Jeffrey, and in another one he went like behind the scenes in Jeffrey's like makeup warehouse.
Mm-hmm. They're like BFFs. That's why I think that Shane Dawson's coming back though. He's been slowly coming back, just like Onision. They just come back. They're cockroaches.
Well, I mean, like, but honestly, he's not as bad as Onision, but he's just.
Oh no.
But he's just like, like honestly, he knows that there's always a trend, and he knows like all he needs to do is wait for a while and then come back. And at this point, I don't think there's anything that can actually come out to get him out now. But the guy's a piece of shit. He does like these shitty conspiracy fucking videos. I don't know. I don't like that guy.
And how fucking like if I would never like imagine being a streamer and going, yeah, I got popular because of Shane Dawson. That's horrible. Like I would like if it was me, I would not mention that. I'd just be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I would probably not. I would probably rather not be popular at all.
But she's
like
delusional. But she's delusional too. She thought Trisha Paytas was going to do a collab with her too. So that was a thing as well.
She just said today that she would invite Trisha to her wedding. And that Trisha's a good mom. She's still obsessed with her.
Oh my god.
Trisha, she's a train wreck, but she's someone that's self-aware and gets help.
Yeah, and also she has money and also is married and not a complete fucking devastated wreck.
Oh, doesn't she? She has a cute little baby.
Yeah, she married Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein's wife's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like she's happy.
Yeah, that was the whole drama between them. They literally got into a fight because now there's a whole family dynamic war with Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas. So it's kind of entertaining to watch. That shit's entertaining.
Yeah.
But anyway, is there anything else you want to show? Or
yeah, we're just gonna finish the rest. We're not gonna have time to get into the whole kids thing, but I will post on the Zero to Manic 3.0 page the links tonight for you guys to watch if you guys are interested.
6 times 30, you do the math.
If I had a fucking gun, I would put it right here and pull that fucking trigger. And you'd laugh and smile.
Well, at least I'd go somewhere where I'm appreciated.
Yeah, right.
You don't do shit for anyone but yourself.
Go fuck yourself. You spent all my money.
I spent all your money?
You spent all my fucking money.
How? What did I spend my
With
money
your
on?
Piece of shit children.
Really?
That break shit, and we had to move 15 times. You spent it.
Yeah. What about all these games and all this shit you got? Yeah.
That's his money,
What about
though.
all the big fucking car I told you not to buy?
I spent $1,000, fucking cunt. $1,000
Stop
on my
calling me
collection.
names.
Stop bringing up stuff that's mine, and it was my money.
I'm not. You're bringing it up, stupid.
No, the games, you fucking whore.
You're the one who's saying I'm spending the $700,000 when it's literally you spending all the money.
No.
What did I spend the money on?
Fucking whore.
What did I spend the money
Spending
on?
my money.
What did I spend the
fucking
money on?
Feeding your kids.
Oh, food.
And your fat ass.
So
Well,
food.
I just want to say this real quick and pause. If you're going out with a woman that has children and you're doing a long term and you're living with them, those kids are your kids now. So therefore, this part of the argument shouldn't even be relevant. You treat those kids as if they're your own.
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
that's it. And this just goes.
That's a functional human being, but this guy is not functional and she's not functional. It's this is a very distorted. Like we're watching a very distorted, just like toxic relationship right now.
Fucking.
Sorry, I pressed the button by
You pressed the button right where it said "fucking." You're cursing me out, Tony. We're going to war now.
I'm trying to. Here we go. Go ahead. Keep talking.
No, you go. I'm good.
No, I'm just posting the video again to I Write Alex video in the chat so people can finish watching it. Believe me, a lot of things are coming up again. Shanny's not away. She's on Twitch, and I know we're going overtime, so we're not going to be able to show everything, but there will be a part 2 to this, and with more updates. And yeah, I will be posting videos on the Zero to Manic 3.0 page. This fight just gets worse. He ends up spitting in her face, which a man should never do. You shouldn't even be in that woman's bubble when you're that,
Yeah, obviously.
But also on her side too, stop pushing it. And if he's getting this violent and saying these horrible things about you and your kids, leave him. If he doesn't love your kids, why are you with him?
She doesn't care about her kids. Let's just be real.
But there's no money involved, so the excuse now is that they're just dependent on each other.
Yeah, I don't know if he threatened to put the bullet in her head or his head. Either or, it's very, very worrying. This is obviously.
No, he does say something about the boys too.
True. Yeah, I get what he's saying though. Even though he pointed to her head, he could have meant himself. I kind of get what you're saying. My bad.
Yeah. But you shouldn't be in someone's bubble. Like, if you're in an heated argument like that, when it comes to a female, maybe I'm old school like that, but I was taught you never go after a female like that physically, not unless she comes after you physically.
Well, this guy is not a man. He's a boy. I mean, what man literally sits on his ass all day and plays video games when he's literally starving? I mean, this is a child, literally. And this is what happens when two immature people come together. They are not adults and they can't do any solve problems. Like, if this was a man, he would get a job. I mean, honestly, it would probably do good for his self-esteem. He would be able to eat. He would be able to be independent of her. But right now, he's completely reliant on this woman for her income, and that's not a man.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, it's not a man at that point. You have become a child. And you're playing video games. You're literally like you can't pay rent and you're playing video games. Come on, that's escapism. That's what children do. You got to get up. You got to face reality and do shit. This is what children do. So yeah, I guess do we want to watch more? Or we're done.
Well, we're gonna watch more. We're gonna do a part 2 of this. So please subscribe so we can do a part 2 of this. There might be some random. Sometimes I like to play video games and randomly talk shit about content that I have seen. So most likely there's going to be a gameplay video where I will be showing other videos as well.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about Shanny some more and Rev because it gets worse and I do want to get to the kids section. So yeah. There's definitely going to be a part 2.
But probably we're going to do the Pike County Massacre on Thursday because I think the trial is pretty much over and everything. Looks interesting. I'll probably review the notes again on that one and just do a continuation of what's going on currently. When it comes to this woman, I would say, please, people, do not give this woman any money. Let her just completely get rock bottom. I would take my suggestions to heart, ma'am. Lose weight, get a job, maybe go on Social Security first, try to lose weight, and then stop doing drugs.
You can do that all online, Social Security and stuff, can't you?
Yeah, you could. Most likely, she's going to have to get a Social Security lawyer, and they're going to deny her first. But you just got to figure out how to fill out the paperwork. She probably will get that. And with him, he needs to either get a job, he needs to work, and he needs to move out because this relationship is not working. He needs to gain some confidence. He's not a man anymore. He's a husk of a human being.
He's broken.
He needs to stop playing video games. At a certain point, I like playing video games, but if I was starving to death in my house, I would not be playing video games. I would be getting money to eat and work. And also, it's like, games are fun, when you have time, but, there's adult things. We're not children anymore. You're in your 30s. You need to grow up and be a man, work out probably, eat, and try to maybe start a new relationship and leave this woman and separate. That's my advice. But anyway, what do you think, Aria? Do you think these are? What's your thoughts?
I agree 100%, and I especially think it's very childish to play video games, knowing that there are 2 little boys in foster care right now, missing their mom because of your actions. You know what I mean? One other thing about that is some people think that maybe he took the fall for Shanny, that maybe Shanny hurt the kids. And Jason just took the fall for her. I don't know if that's true or not. I did hear one clip of you can hear one of the little boys in the background crying and begging her not to let him come home, which inevitably she did. She chose Jason over those kids. So in my eyes, they're just both kind of garbage humans. I do wish the best for them. I don't want to see anyone fail. But if they don't want to put the work in to become better parents, then they don't deserve those kids.
Yeah. You made me think about that because I was really happy that the kids were taken away, but then I was kind of being a little bit too happy. Yeah, it's hard for the kids to be taken away because that is traumatic to them. Not
Right.
only them living with them being this kind of violent and vulgar, but that's their mom. In the eyes of a child, God is mom, mom. And we got to remember that they're probably heartbroken, and and this is the thing, they're going to look back on this and look up their mom online, and they're going to be like, wow, my mom did not fight for me. And that's horrible.
Two things about that. One, they already get bullied because like their friends in school have already seen their mom's content,
Oh,
whether
God.
it's this kind of stuff or the stuff on OnlyFans. And also, she outed her own son. She outed him, saying he was gay because
Oh, I
Jason
remember
was
that.
calling him the F-word.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's evil.
so
That's very
she's
evil.
a horrible mom. It's really sad. It's
Yeah.
truly sad.
I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, also, I think Savage Live Media is open right now. I think it's pretty much so. I think she's doing one on. So I think Savage Live Media is live. It's a good channel. I watch it a lot. I'll probably be watching it after this as well. You should watch that. You should probably watch that too, Tony. It's actually they're doing Betty. They're talking about Bullhorn Betty and all that stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
I
y'all
think
head over there.
yeah, when you're done. Shannon does a pretty good. I think Shannon was the one that did the whole what was it? Jaundice for All. She did the impersonation of Jaundice for All or something.
She also did Shanny ForChrist. She also did this girl on Halloween.
She did.
Also did Shanny.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
I
actually,
know
wait.
Brian Post does it.
The Shannon from Savage Live
Yeah,
Media.
Shannon did Shanny ForChrist as well for Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh wow! See,
it all ties together. So maybe
it's
check
not
out.
even. It's not even a rabbit hole anymore. It's just a black hole.
Yeah, I thought she did the bush for a moment. I thought she did the bush because I'm just.
She
a
might
bush.
have done that as well. She did a few.
We're definitely going to do a few on Shanny because this is it just gets awful. But if you guys are rewatching it or watching right now, I did throw links into the chat. I write, Alex, thank you so much for your content. And Celie McFly, thank you so much. You guys did a great job summing all this up. Please, y'all go to them, subscribe to them. I like them. I've never met them before, never talked to them before. But, if you guys ever want to hang out, Discord me. But yeah, that's the end of the show. And this is part 1 of Shanny ForChrist and Rev.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ari, by the way.
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you guys for having me on. I'm truly honored. This has made my night. I was so bored. I'm just now getting used to being on panel and not being so shy. So thank you guys for having me.
It's good
thank you.
Yeah, it's good to start off with a small panel,
yeah.
That's not like you're gonna jump on Queen Bee with 400 people watching. It's a lot different.
Yeah. And I did, and I was panicking. So yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, it was an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And next time when we do the Shanny part 2, you're more than welcome. We'll put the link in.
Yep.
Okay, I'll definitely be looking out for that for sure. Thank you.
All right, you guys, you have a good one.
Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out there. And New Year's is coming up. Remember, if you get drunk, call an Uber. There's no excuse. Do not drive. Love y'all. Be safe.
Have a good one, guys. See you Thursday. Bye.
Take care.